What up, friendos? Welcome in. How's it going? Drago, thank you for the raid, dude. Happy 4th to anybody that is celebrating. If you are not celebrating, then, well, then I guess just happy Friday. Or if it's Saturday for you, then happy Saturday. You know what? Just hi. Hey, how's it going? Hey, how are you? But all seriousness, all seriousness. Hope you guys had a great week. Looking forward to the weekend for sure. ATV, hello. Danky Doodle, welcome in. Finally able to catch your stream. What's up, Tiger? Would chat like some steak? Crow, if you want to bag it up and send it to us, we would just be more than happy. Am I too late for drops? No, they exist until the 15th. I don't know exactly when they end on the 15th. I just know that I was told the 15th is the last day, or that I recall seeing it. But yeah, happy 4th, everyone. Hello, hello. Medium rare. It's the only way to have it. 15th. Thank you, Mayor. Yeah. Hi, Phoenix. Hi, Mayor. Hello, friends. If I already have this badge from drops, can I still get a different badge? Well, there was 2 badges, the animated version and the non-animated version. If you have both of them, that's it for now. They're not having like endless cards you can get. That's not how the drops work for sure. Yeah. Donut, thank you so much for the gifted sub, dude. Oh my goodness. Hello, thank you. Were they able to fix the glitch? Which one? Whichever one you're talking about? No. Because there's been no update to the game. There's been no update, so there's definitely been no fixing. For sure. There's only 2 ID cards right now. Yes. Yeah. If you make sure that you're following their social media and you make sure you're in their Discord, they will always announce when a new one is coming. But right now, the only thing that was ever announced was an animated and a non-animated version. That is it. There's no other drops. There's no other anything. If you have both of those things, you're golden. I'm good, Seth. How's it going? Hello. But yes, we are back to Phas. We were doing some Peak yesterday, which was entertaining to say the least. I literally cried. It was so funny. I was in tears. Ty, we had a really hard map yesterday, I think, for some of us noobs. And that was rough, but I was crying laughing. It was so funny. Gaming, thank you for the 2 months. Oh, Donut, thank you for the 6 months. Appreciate it, man. Was it Peak? Maybe. I could teach you how to be awesome. Teach me the ways. Phoenix, teach me the ways. Hi, Crow. Today's map was a bit easier. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know that the map regens every day. It's a new map every day, but yeah, we just happened to choose a day that was a little rough. But it's okay. It's all fine and dandy. Ages and Fred. Hello, friends. Hello. Oh, my. Playing Friends Day? No. Watching you play this helped me with Phas. All the tips and tricks you do. Toxic. I appreciate it, man. I'm glad that you watch. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad that it's able to help in any way. Love the content. Oh, so I'm learning. We're all learning, man. Today, one thing I want to try is I want to tinker a little bit with perfect and non-perfect games. And I want to see the difference and just mentally tell yourself, is it worth it? Sometimes when you have really tough stuff to do and it's like, well, is it worth this extra money to do it or just get the ghost right? So we're going to mess with that a little bit today. Hey, no, that's an I. That's not an L. Is it, Uno? Uno works. Yeah, there we go. Watching YouTube for so long. Glad to catch a stream. Well, welcome in. I appreciate you being here. Hello, friends. I did have a good day. We did a bunch of traveling today to go get my son from camp. But beyond that, though, yeah, all is well. I'm here to confirm it's never worth it. Listen, we're going to prove it. We're going to prove it. Does Slendy alternate between the campsites or does it change location on the maps? Does he alternate between the campsites? Well, it's not like he's choosing one of the campsites. It's not like he's choosing Woodwind or he's choosing this one. There's just a chance that he'll show. And then there is so many spots that he can show, and he might or he might not. It just depends. Shadow, thank you for the raid. Welcome in. Hello. How is it going, Kat? How are you? Welcome in. You forgot what you were going to say? It was good talking to you, though. Yeah. Rye, how are you? Streaming on the holiday. Yeah, we've never been really, we're not like big fireworks people. Like, we're not big 4th of July stuff. It's like I acknowledge that the day exists and I acknowledge, what it represents, but I'm here. I am here. Hey, Shadow, welcome in. I see the confusion. We were exploring and he was there once and he was gone. Oh, you couldn't find him. Oh, yeah, it's just a chance. Yep, just a chance. But if he's there, he'll be there for the entire map duration. Sparklers in the driveway, people. My kids were doing sparklers earlier. Samesies. Samesies. Is there a Slender Man Easter egg or am I dumb? Well, you're not dumb, but there is a Slender Man on the maps. Yes. Hey, Vamp, how are you? Fireworks are so harmful to... Oh, my. Yeah, that's dangerous. Careful, SpongeBob. Sad Girl, thank you for the raid, too. Welcome in. Yay, I'm not dumb. Game with me, thank you for the 16 months. But yeah, we're doing Faz today. We were doing Peak yesterday. It was hilarious, but no, Faz day. Raid and bounce. Oh, no, you're good. Go enjoy. Go enjoy the day. Thank you so much. Enjoy the night, whatever time it is for you. I imagine since you said fireworks, it's probably close to the same time as me, too. Yeah. Hey, Ryan, how are you? Yes, everybody, please be careful if you're doing stuff and things. All right, let me get Phasmo open so we can get to cracking. But yeah, Shadow, Sad Girl. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Did I hear Chinggis does IRL ghost hunting? He definitely has. He's done it multiple times. He's done it a couple of times with a couple of different peeps we know. Like he's done it with Mr. Baron. I know he's done it with Semper. Yeah. I had people setting off fireworks near me at like 3 or 4 o'clock. And it's not in the slightest getting dark at all. It doesn't make sense. You've heard Baron touched his butt? No, not him. It said it. Wait, is it? It touches the butt? I don't remember what the line is. I can't remember. Would I ever go with him? I would definitely think about it. Make sure I'm capturing the correct game. There we go. Now we're rocking. All right, let's do the stuff and the things. We are currently level 19. We do be rolling though. Heater, welcome in. Hello. Withering Witch, what up, homie? Happy 4th from Canada. Guardian, hello. How are you? Welcome in. Happy 4th. Hello. All right, let's go over there. Oh, Mayor, if you turn that back on, thank you. I don't know if that was you or if that was Phoenix or who it might have been. I know we turned that off. Thank you for turning back on. I did hit max prestige. I did. Yes. I no longer have to go back to tier 1 unless it is a choice. Thank you. I wasn't thinking about it at all. Yeah, I totally wasn't thinking about it. Thank you. Explosion loud bang from a firework is fun regardless of how bright it is. Just prettier at night. Yeah, but I mean, if the whole point of a firework is not just noise, but also the visual, and you lose the really great visual aspect because you're doing it in the daytime. You know what I mean? Like, do people moon gaze during the day, even though you can see the moon? Or do you wait at night? Hey, you fam, good, how are you? Hey, thanks, Addy. K2, how are you? Yoku, what's up? How many prestige are there? There's 20. 20. Just poppets. Oh, the little white poppet guys, like you throw on the ground and you try and hit your friends. Yeah. That's the good stuff. Percy, thank you for the subs. I mean, you could. That's what I'm saying, though. Do you like see it up there and go, "Ooh, I'm gonna get the telescope," or do you say, "I'm gonna go look at night"? I don't know. I was trying to make a point. I think I failed, but it's fine. All the Disney fans are like, man, listen. We've been on a really big, later this year. They're not down here. Later this year, there's a possibility we might be going, as in we are. My kids have no idea. They have no clue. We don't hit our friend. No, you throw it at like their feet, near their feet, not hit them. No, we don't do fireworks. We don't do fireworks. No, thank you. See, there you go. You guys got your fireworks. Are you happy? Everybody happy? I assume I won't lose the old badge. No, you won't. You should actually have the ability to switch between them. So once you get this one, you should be able to go between that and the animated one that you've already unlocked. Yeah. How many hours do I have? Over 3,500. I'm not exactly sure the exact count though. What is the coming soon tab? Oh, you're talking about over here? Well, if we look at it, it's definitely a clothes hanger. So this is 100% dealing with cosmetics. So whenever that happens, I still think that we are going to get new player models this year and not even see cosmetics till next year. I think. We just know that new player models, character customization was supposed to start this year. So yeah, we will see. Jocelyn, thank you for the 14 months. Oh, my day's good, K2. Yeah, there was a lot of driving today. A little tired, but we're making it through. Hey, goofball, how are you? Confirmed? Oh, okay. Hello, Reddit. No, listen, I said, I think. If it's not on the Trello, then we don't know. They put all of this stuff that they are planning to do in the Trello. If it's not there, then it's all speculation. It is word of mouth of like this person said that thing that said that thing. If I don't see it there, then I don't believe it. Happy 4th, friend. Good to see you. Hey, Luca. One shirt. Yeah. Yeah, we're not, I was telling them earlier. I was like, we're not really big 4th of July celebration people. Yeah, we acknowledge it. We see fireworks. Hey, I love fireworks. That's cool. But I'm not going to fire them off myself. Some baked brie. Oh, I like some. Hey, Cyber, how are you? Crash out. Hello. All right. So one thing I want to try to do, and we can do that literally right now, is I want to do a perfect. No, I lied. I want to go in and figure out the ghost. And then after I figure out the ghost, I want to go in again and do a perfect game. I want to see what the money difference is between a non-perfect game and a perfect game, especially now that media is multiplied with your multiplier. So if the most played game mode is professional, is getting a perfect game worth it? Or is it a situational kind of thing where if you have a lot of hard objectives, it might be best, honestly, to just move on to the next? So we're going to find out. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Tangle and we are going to just figure out what the ghost is. And once we do that, then we'll do another one on Tangle, but this next one will be a perfect game. So let's do it. I'm curious because sometimes it really doesn't feel worth it. Roro, thank you for the sub. Kafritz, thank you for the 9 months. That means it's a baby. You have to name it. I don't name them. That's your job, not mine. Hey, Silver, good to see you. Hi, Peggy. It is not my job to name the children. It is your job. Probably much more worth it if it's intermediate or amateur. Well, again, professional is the most played game mode out of any game mode in the entire game. So it makes sense. Is the media still worth it if there's duplicates? Great question. We could do a game like that too. She-Wolf, that's a fantastic question. The sub was Kafritz. Didn't I say Kafritz? Did I not say Kafritz? Am I losing it? Hey, Dark, how are you? Did I not say that? What did I say? You named me. Oh. Well, maybe I saw your name in chat. I don't know. I got nothing. I did something similar yesterday. If you get the ghost in the objectives, it gets a decent amount just from that. Okay. You mean without actually like worrying about the full media perfect game thing? So maybe you do the objectives if they are media, but beyond that though, that's it. So like this right here, 3 unique photos, motion sensor, crucifix, and then that's it. Right? But this one, no, this one I'm just going to get the ghost correct. So we can see the difference in the money so you can decide if not. You know what I mean? Yeah. Zen, thank you for the 6 months. Welcome in. Thank you guys for the hype train. Hello. Oh, I had an idea, by the way, and I was talking to Phoenix about it. We were talking about the good wheel and the bad wheel. I'm thinking about like adding to them. I'm just going to come up with some ideas. So I'll think about it, what I can add to both. So it's not just a few things, but it's more. And then we were talking about what the idea could be beyond the bad wheel. And we were thinking about possibly a mega wheel. I like Phoenix's ideas too. You guys both have good ideas. So we were thinking about maybe like a mega wheel that has hints of both. So good and bad, maybe like 60% bad, 40% good, but then with like extreme versions of things. Or Phoenix had the idea. She said, well, okay, what if you get to that and then you have to put on an outfit, like one of the outfits I have in my tub, the cosplay stuff, the shark, the hot dog, one of those, one of those things we were talking about. Yeah. So many good ideas. I know. Yonk, thank you for the sub. Welcome in. 70 bad, 20 good. Hey, listen, dude, listen. All right, let's start moving. We can keep talking while we're moving. All right, motion. I'm not gonna worry about that. That doesn't matter. All right, Ted, we need to figure out what ghost you are, and then we're out of here. We can try to make it fast. We make an Elsa pit. No, listen. Phoenix really wanted the shark. Hey, Jenny. How are you? All right, goal number 1. Figure out the ghost type and get out. If I accidentally get objectives, then it is what it is. But we do not need it to hunt. Does not need to happen. Oh, you son of a... The power's downstairs. Why not both? Why not both what? Oh, the wheel and the thing? No, I mean, I could have it as one of the things on the wheel. Like, we could make the best of both worlds, and I could have the costume on the mega wheel. That could be a thing. You know? Hello? Oh, crap. I hear the radio. I have to rebound. I have to rebind my mice. Hold on. My mice. My mouse? My mice. Gosh dang it. Hold, please. Hold, please. Okay, there we go. I fixed it. I forgot. I changed it for peak. Yeah, I had to give it a rebind. Ping, and thank you for the gifted. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Mayor. Yeah. If you guys are, if you're interested in the drops, you just have to check the pin message in stream. Hey, Galactic, how are you? All right, so we know where the ghosty is. So now let's get all of our evidence over there so we can make this fast. Did you see your breath? No, I heard the radio go off. I heard a door touch. It's doing a lot of stuff inside of that room. If you see your breath, that means that it's 5 degrees or lower. 5 degrees Celsius or lower. Sounds like Animal Crossing in this piece. Shush. All right. I might have to bring the other dot in here to be able to get a good sight on it. Maybe. But we'll see what we can do. We shall try. Oh, EMF's going off. Dark, thank you for the 4 months. Hey, Reaping. It is a flash, you see. It is indeed. I was telling them earlier, we don't do a lot of like big 4th of July celebration stuff. So really we're just chilling. Hey. Okay, we have ghost writing. I see no UV, but I don't know if it's actually touched anything yet. Where are you?
Taken away.
Taken away. Where's Phoenix? Spirit box. Ghost writing. Stippy Stompy. I heard a single step. Okay, I don't think we have UV. Oh, is this door? Okay, definitely not. Where's this? Give me. Give. Gibba. break of daylight. Well, hi, friend. Goo. How's it going? Hey, how are ya? How was stream for? Oh, you son of a biscuit. All right, it's a mare. We can get out of here. Run, it's a mare. Hi, break. How was stream, friend? Hey, Jade, how's it going? Better. Thank you guys for the follows. I appreciate it. All right. That is all we're doing. We're just getting the ghost. I got no other objectives. I took no media. I got no photos, no sounds, no nothing. We just want to see the ghost. That's it. Got your face eaten to me? Oh, no.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
So, just getting the ghost on professional gives you 700 XP. So now, let's go back in, get the ghost, and also get the objectives and see what that gives us. Yeah? Yeah? Break let me help her today. Oh, nice! Nice. Battle Corgi, hello. Well, outside of you getting easted by the ghosty, I hope that, you know, I hope the games were fun. I guess. I got nothing. Hey, Kelsey, how are you? Oh, my. Matthew, what up, homie? It was fun. Good. Should look at the time. Oh, yeah, I guess I could have. Yeah, I could have. That's true. Hey, Melanie, the games are good. How are you? All right. So now we are just going to... Okay, so we're going to get the ghost and the objectives. Firelight, capture a photo, and 3 unique video. All right, well, this doesn't count. I'm going to play it, but this doesn't count because you get a 10% boost on a blood moon. This doesn't count. Man. Gosh darn it. This is not what we wanted. This is I didn't volunteer for this. Oh, good blood moon. Son of a. All right. Maybe I do a perfect game on this with blood moon just so we see the money on that one too. Gosh darn it. Chad jinxed you. Yeah, it's fine. All right. Well, we need to pay attention then. James Brock. We need 3 unique video, photo, and a firelight. So let's go find Ghosty. Oh, wait. Of course you're in the basement. Gosh darn it. It's a blessing. No, it is not. How dare you? This ghost is going to just show up right in my face, isn't it? Bone or not. If I'm going for a perfect game, I have to get the bone. I have no choice. Kind of like that thing right there. Blood moon for luck. I'm not sure that's how that works. Frank. Frank, you're not that helpful right now. Did I hear your silverware? Wait, no. Now I hear a picture frame. I'm hearing all kinds of stuff. Who said it was a blessing? I don't know. What a... EMF fiber? Roger that. Okay. I'll leave this on for now. That's fine. Save the potato? No. We don't do that here. No. How's the 4th been? It's been good. I spent most of my 4th traveling, well, driving to go get my son. No? Oh, yeah. So we got him from camp, came home, got to hang out with him, and now they're chilling. Only save Josie. No potatoes. Any orbicals? Oh, I need to mark that. That was an EMF 5. Nothing yet? All right. Jesus. Put this in there. There we go. Go get more. Recently got APOC 3 done. Had an Oni cruise here. Oh, nice. GG's. Yeah, I'm very interested to see what people do with the APOC now, especially with the newer challenges. If anybody's able to do it with like the really hard challenges or just do perfect games, that's got to be tough. That's got to be hard. So many EMF 5s. Endless. Thank you guys for the follows. Appreciate it. Kate, thank you so much for the sub. All right, I'm going to do one of those, followed by one of these, to the side of one of those. Give me this guy, and now we wait. Hey, Matthew, my day's been good. How was your day? Was a window knock? It's been walking out here. That's why I'm hoping it'll come walk in the salt. Do you need to get a perfect game to get the APOC trophy? No. No. For the APOC trophy, you need to get the ghost correct, get all the objectives. Good thing I only got one of those. Get the ghost correct, get all the objectives, get a ghost photo, and get out. Yeah. Been watching the no evidence runs, Kate. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. We did get that, and I did not see UV. But it can be an Obake. I still don't think so, though. Oh, crap. I took the camera off the thing with the stuff. Gosh darn it. All right, let's take this in there. We'll take both of these in there, and I'll plant the camera down again. Do you prefer to get... If I'm going to go for it, I'm going for all of them. If you're asking about video, photo, and all this, if I'm going for it, I'm going for everything. Now, here's the real question. Is the ghost actually out here? Because I don't think it is. I thought I heard a window knock in here earlier. But the temps are... Oh, it just threw my tripod. Hey, asshole. Hey, soul, how are you? Listen here, jerk face. All right, fine. This. That. Do that. There we go. Turn that off. Turn this off. Put this guy over there. There we go. Groovy. It dotted. Did it dot my face? I thought I just walked into dots. I didn't think I saw actual dots. Can we still get the animated? No. No, those are long gone. Temps are going down. They are going down, but it's not going to freezing. I mean, look at it. It's sitting around like 7 degrees. Then what are the Twitch drops? The non-animated. See the temps? It's like going to like close to 5. You saw for a split second. I don't think I saw it. I don't think so. Only one way to watch temps. It's just, it's fun to try different things. It's fun to give another shot. Video camera, photo. I need a photo of the ghost. We need firelight blowout. I need to get all the stuff. It's just blah, 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 blah. All right, let's bring this inside too. Can't wait for tier 2 video. Then it wouldn't look like it was filmed on a potato. Yeah. Amen. Oh, there's my breath. There's my breath. Let's keep it over here. Give me the flashlight. Do one of those. What else do we have? I've got smudge. Got this. I'm gonna go get motion sensors. Delayed freeze, maybe. I'm not sure. Hey, Spooky One, how are you? Hello, hello. Kate, thank you again for the sub. GG, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. All right, let's ride. Let's ride. Oh, you're not a mayor. Can you be a mayor? No, you can't be a mayor. It just flippery doodad that light on. Let's see if it's walking up and down this hallway. My favorite ghost is a mimic. Love them. Mimics are great. We already did a UV check. No, I'm not going to check every single one of them. Not right now. I could if the possible Obake, but... Oh, did you do that through the wall? Wasn't that interesting? Oh, there's dots. Now I seen it. Yeah, we did get dots. All right, so that's okay, that's an Oni or a Raiju. So if we check our evidence, that's orbs are freezing, and I don't remember seeing orbs anywhere. I'm gonna go get the other dots. Hey, what up, BMW? All right, let's do the other dots to hopefully get the... Oh, wait. Oh, I'm facing the temps. Oh, yeah, that's right. All right, give me this. And give me this. You think Raiju? We'll see. All right. Go right there. I'm just taking this outside for now because we don't need it just now. Do this. And then I'll do this. All right, we don't... I'm going to take this away for now. Yeah, we'll point it that way. Yeah, FNAF, I know we're getting there, man. We're very, very close. Is this the challenge? What is the challenge? You mean the weekly? No. No. I do those on Mondays. Oh, motion sensed. Oh. Well, have I recorded any video at all? A disturbed salt. Okay, well, I didn't lay down any more salt, so I can definitely do this. Once it walks through this one, I can get it. Doing science? Just playing around. Trying stuff. Did your first 10, 12? Nice. Lies. What do you mean lies? What did I do? What do you mean? Hi, Mr. Chinggis. Hello, my lovely friend. How are you? Next one, please. Object thrown. I'll take it. Why is it? Okay, fine. I'll go to this one. Oh, son of a bitch. Did that just count as object thrown? What? Language? It's English. Hey, jerkhole, it just threw my camera. All right, let's go in there. The object throw was too short. Oh, maybe. Oh, that was weird. That was freaking weird. All right. Well, I still need a photo of the ghost. We need to get a Blood Firelight, and I need to get another unique, so that'll be good. Hey, Timekeeper, how are you? I don't need any more salt. That's fine. We have the Firelight in there. That's good to go. I'll grab another smudge. And... orbs are free. It has to be freezing, right? It has to be. If it is, that'd be an Oni, which it hasn't even evented yet. Super weird. Normal run. Yeah, in a manner of speaking. I don't know why I just smudged. It felt right at the time. All right, hotshot. Do the thing. Shirley freezing? Don't call me Shirley. Got it. No. Blow out the firelight. Stop throwing things at me. Hi, Shauna. Don't need one more. Light switch, door move, motion sense, disturb salt, and firelight. Double the chances, maybe? Surely you'll blow out one of these, right? Hey, Reaper, how are you? Welcome in. Surely, right? What are we trying to get? Firelight blowout. Maybe. It's walking back and forth a lot over here. Don't call it Shirley. Hi, Fury. Come on, Stinky. There we go. Holy shit. Run, run, run. I didn't have the photo camera in my hands. I booked it out of there to try to save my sanity. Oh. Yeah, this is a pro game. We were doing it just for the lulz to see about money. Look how much it chunked my sanity. Double. No, we don't want it to hunt just yet. No, no, no. I'm still capturing stuff and things. It needs to relax. Calm down. I just want to be your friend. I hardly know her. Good, good. Thank you for the follows. Welcome in. How we doing, friends? Remember, if you're curious about the drops, it's the non-animated drop, and the information is at the top of the chat. It's pinned. All right. Again, I have this. I have this. If it shows up as dots, I could get a dot photo. Pull out the other firelight. Team at 5. Can you drop? I hate you. I hate your face. I hate your face, Genghis. Love you too. Let's do this. Touch Nanor. Happy, thank you for the 7 months. Hello. Shamo. What are we doing? Are there any drops besides the ID card? No, there's no other drops besides ID cards. No. Yeah, Tokyo. I read them both at the same time. I certainly do. All right, this way I'm not going to really be able to see dots, though. It's really bright. I was just hoping to randomly get audio. Not Nanor. I know. Noza, thank you so much for the prime. Welcome in. We get it. You like the door. You see how long it can take, though, sometimes? Flash can't read. He just guesses what's in chat. I'm a really good guesser. That's right. There's my breath. Timekeeper. Thank you for the sub. Reaper. Oh my goodness gracious. What the hell is happening? Is it moved? I mean, I still see my breath here. Captain! Look! Look at that. I'm getting no audio. Lagging a little bit too. Why not take a freezing temperature photo? Because we haven't actually seen freezing temperature yet. So what would I be taking a photo of? You know what I'm saying? It could be freezing. We have not seen freezing temps on this yet. Now we have seen freezing temps. See, now I can do it. If I took a photo earlier, it was a guess. Can't be shade. No, no, we have freezing. So, Oni. Was that just the power? I think it moved. Blame Oni. It's evented on us once. You know what the really, really funny part is? This is an Oni. This is an Oni, and this is a Blood Moon. I've been evented on a single time. Once. Oh, there it goes again. Dude, what the fuck? It's a shade. Undercover shade. Hey, dragon. You had Onis like this? Like, what happened? Why are they like this? It makes me not want to complete it. Shady? Extremely shady. All right, let's go turn that back on. Dragon, how was your stream, friend? Welcome in. Hello. What an event had to use the cursed. I have my camera, right? Okay, there we go. Ay, caramba. It's not in the mood. Well, tell it to get off its lazy ass and do it. You hear us? You hear that? I'm not afraid anymore. Gamer.
Wow. That took like 17 frames. Oh, my Lanta. It's confused. Well, what's it confused about? Oh, you son of a bitch. I thought it was hunting. Give me this. Bring this over here. Camera out. Actually, where's my audio recorder? Dude, I'm lagging. Shut up. It evented the second time. Yeah, the first event wasn't even a physical event. So dumb. So dumb. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Okay. That was in my face. Well, that one counted. See, anything can be a record. Anything can be an album cover. This is just proof. Hey. I want to talk to you about your car's extended warranty. I'm not going to be able to get this event. I'm not close enough. Oh, you son of a bitch. Now he wants to get feisty. You hear the record button? Look at this. It shows the recorder being off. Oh, dang it. That'll do. Thank you. Take a picture of that. Thank you. Yeah. Now it wants to go all ham sandwich. What is with the lag? Please stop. All right, we'll put this here. All right, let's get out. I've got all unique there. Cursed possession. Did I even see the cursed possession? I have a smudge here. First 2-1 events. I can't make up my mind. Oh, Frank. Let's go get him. Frank, we're coming. Maybe think of that vine of that kid that was running in the background of in the background of that girl's video. The poop is coming. Yeah, it was the doll. All right. Unique. Oh, we're done. Okay, well, that's it. Yeah, that's it. We're out of here. Bye. This is the first. Well, technically, this is the second game. Yeah. All right. Well, perfect professional blood moon. Let's see what the money is. Why did it take my sanity getting down so freaking low for this thing to start doing anything?
There's some jobs ready for you.
Didn't hunt. Well, it ate the crucifix twice. It tried to hunt me. It tried. 1.6. So that's a perfect blood moon. That's with a 10% bonus. Now, I mean, I could do a different small map just so it's not the same one. And then we could do another one with just a perfect game. Yeah. It took an eternity. Right. Do you see how long that took compared to just getting the ghost correct and getting out? Yeah. Had to make dinner. Hey, welcome in. Thank you guys for the follows. Sun, Redbeard. Welcome. Immortal. Hello. So 15, basically. Yeah. Basically 15 if you don't think about the 10%. Hi, Mr. Kill.
How long was that round? Well, I mean, you saw how long. Well, I mean, you felt it felt like an eternity. That took 21 minutes. That took 21 minutes. So let's do one more. Let's do another. All right, I've unlocked nothing. We're good. Is some of your stuff tier 1? Yeah. Yeah, so I'm not going to get as much of a bonus for media stuff right now because I don't have higher tier gear. So that does make sense. Only go for perfect playing with friends. That might be the way. That might be the way. Let's do, you know what? Actually, let's do a nightmare on a small map when I only get the ghost correct. And we do not go for media stuff. Is there another badge? Depends on what the first badge is for you.
There's been no reports of violence or sightings, but please remain careful.
Is that a cozy? Hi, Miss Care. How are you? Watching the vids recently? Well, I appreciate you coming in, man. I do appreciate it. Tangent! Thank you for the 14 months. Snow, yeah. We can see the stuff in the things. Animated badges are non-animated? There is. Yes, that is what people are earning right now. You can't see it right now, but I could show you in the lobby. All right. So we'll do Nightmare and get the ghost correct. All right, Josephine Rhodes. Josephine Rhodes. We're not going to know where the power is, so we're going to go find it. Yeah. One thing I really don't pay attention to is how much money you get for certain things, like just the ghost by itself on certain difficulties. And then it's taking longer to get the media, which can be a good thing if you really want to spice up the game. But if you are worried about trying to level up time-wise, you can still just go for the ghost and make it, you know, a learning process where you're figuring out the ghosty. The media of the learning process really is just figuring out what different things you can capture. Yeah. Oh, look, the music box. What is my go-to custom? Well, if I'm going to do no evidence, no sanity, I have a 10-12 multiplier run that I do. Yeah. I need boner jams? No? Okay. We have the music box. What determines investigation bonus? I thought it was map difficulty, but I see different amounts. Well, so you have to worry about the map size. You have to worry about perfect game. There's a bunch of stuff that you have to worry about. Yeah. Hey, Caden, how's it going? Matt, I'll thank you for the 6 months. Hello. Dwooly, welcome back. Hello. Is there increase of money for larger maps? There is. I think it's 1.5. Oh, look at that. How the hell did I see that? I think it's 1.5. I could be wrong. Ghost, are you here? I saw my breath, but it just might not be warm enough yet. Let's see if it increases in here. Yeah, it's snowing, but I have the power on, so the room should start to warm up. Least dislike map. You mean the map I like the least? High school. 100 for small, 150 for medium, 200 for large. There you go. And then multiplied by the difficulty multiplier that you have. There's a lot of things to consider. Dude, it's just hanging at like 8 or not, like 7 or 8. Okay, what about over here? And it's going down. This has to be it. Hey, Madison, how are you? Lena, welcome in. Oh, let's leave that on. Unlock custom and can't see myself doing anything above 3.5. There's no problem with that. Yeah, whatever is comfortable for you. Don't feel like you have to do super high difficulty, like multiplier games just because you see other people doing it. No, do whatever makes sense for you. Hey, Jack, welcome in. Basement Ghost and Willow. No shot. Isn't least disliked your favorite? I think so. Yeah. I was just reading the message exactly as it was sent. If you prestige, can you still choose any difficulty? Yeah.
Prestiging does not reset you. So the unlock that you do for difficulty and the maps and all that stuff, all of that is locked behind not being prestiged at all. So once you prestige, none of that stuff goes away. Why use tier 1 items? Because the game forces me to. It is out of force. Any ore buzza? No war buzza? Oh, ghost fart. Got it. Actually, might be a bad idea, but let's go for it. Let's give it a try. Comfortable is around 4 on a custom. Edit with, oh, okay. Two evidence. Causes me a headache when I just want to chill. Yeah, there's no problem with playing just professional. What level am I now? I don't know. Like 16, 17, I think. It's an Oni. It farted. No, it literally can't be an Oni because it just did that. No. Can't. It shan't. It won't. Watch it be a Revy? I don't know. I don't know. I don't have any other information just yet. Canyon, welcome in. Hello. User, how are you? Farted must be Oni. It's funny. It's like deja vu. I just read that message. No, it can't. Just won't be seen. No, the ghost, the Oni can't do that mist ball event. The Oni cannot do it. All right, you're not giving me anything. You're giving me nothing. All right, fine. Go back in. Do this, do that, do that, do that, do that, do that. You like that, JMU? That's why I get paid the big bucks. I thought it was just going to be seen. No, that mist ball, if you hear walking, then that's not the mist ball. And it does like a hiss at the end of it. That can be a little bit confusing at times. No freezing, but definitely cold. No writing. Drop this guy in between. We grab this just so we can get, if it walks in the salt. It just shrews something. What'd you shrew? What'd you shrew? It's fine. But you're like so funny. Come on. Hello. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no, that probably only counted for that, didn't it? Oh. I got both. Well, shit. All right. You said it how I meant it. Oh, stop it. Leave me alone. Ew, 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 ew. Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? Never mind. I see a foot. I see a foot. Hey, what's up, Justin? How are you? Like the no evidence runs? Thanks, dude. Yeah, we'll definitely do more. We'll do more for sure. It's not giving you a percentage anymore. It just says connected. It won't let me claim it anywhere. That's, yeah, you're going to have to check. I would check the Phas Discord. I'm sure that you're not the only person that has run into issues. They might have an idea of what you can do. All right, so I have ultraviolet and dots, and we saw that in person. It felt like it was following me. I think this might be a Banshee. I can't even take that. Gold. I think this might be a Banshee. Although, I just wanted to get... I just wanted to get the ghost on this one, right? Let's go downstairs and see if we can get the Banshee whale on the audio. Is that one of my objectives? Damn. Well, I mean, if I don't get it, I could always just delete it. Oh, no, I don't even have to record it. I could just listen. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that. Banshee screen. I want to try to get it on the sound recorder. Challenger just to run. I'm just a little bit curious about the different money for the runs. And I think it's better to be able to show the run in its entirety rather than just say, well, if you do this run, it gives you this much money. Where? Where? Is it in the wall? Yeah, it's gone. All right, well, that was cute. Adorable. That does happen. I don't know if they fixed that yet or not. Where the sound is in a place that you literally can't even reach it. It happens. Yeah, you can hear the Banshee scream inside of the audio recorder. Yeah. Shayla, hello. That was one of the first ones I got. Like, one of the first cool new things that I got was figuring that out. We had no idea. Come on, Ghosty. They're in the walls. Where should you post pics? In the IRL channel, bro. Made a 10-time Tanglewood guess and go custom. Hey, let's go. You do what you got to do, boo boo. Hey, like the new update? The new update's been great. We've been loving it. Been loving it. Be cool if the tier 3 sound recorder pointed in the direction like the tier 3 EMF. It does. What do you mean? Yes. Even if Twitch says you need to connect to the game, if you do what is said in the game after you claim it in inventory, it's in the game. I just got the drop and got the badge. There you go. Yeah, you can connect after you've watched for 2 hours. After you've watched for 2 hours and be good. That's cute. It's a door. A bowl. Hey, size. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Come on. I might just go get a photo camera. Although, isn't that one of the objectives? Damn. Yes, I don't want to do that. Hi, Morgan. Look, do the thing. Do the thing. I mean, I have a way we can expedite finding out what the ghosty is. Oh, ads are about to start. Oh no. Run away. Stubborn. They're just shy. It's like there's a threshold where the ghost needs you below a certain sanity before it starts to really do anything. All right, I'm gonna wait out here. Ads are about to play. I don't want you guys to get hit by ads in the middle of the game. So I'm just gonna sit on the porch. Yeah, 3 minutes max. 3 minutes max. There we go. Now we wait. Now we wait. Sitting on the naughty step. That's right. I'm afraid to leave my stoop. You do a nightmare? Yep, I am. I is. Just trying out different settings, like professional, nightmare, and just getting an idea of how much money it is and seeing if it's worth it to get the media sometimes. How do people know when ads are coming? Because I can see them inside of my OBS. I have a little, I have a tab that shows the ads and it tells me when they're coming. You guys, you don't get a heads up. Not like that. That's why we try to warn you whenever it's happening. Indeed, indeed. Spy, thank you so much for the sub. Welcome in. Do you like Pokemon? Not really. I mean, I collected cards when I was younger, but I didn't even do it because I was like trying to actually play. I just wanted to literally collect all the cards. Put a porch swing. You can actually sit down. That'd be kind of funny. Mods don't even know. Wait, mods don't know what? Oh, with the ads. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hi, Rav. Got no business being this cute. How are you, friend? Just sub and you won't get ads. Well, not everybody can do that. That's why we wait. It's not that easy. Again, you get Twitch Prime, so you get no ads. Subscribing is support, purely for support. Don't do that to get rid of ads. Get Twitch Turbo to get rid of ads. Okay? Oh, God. Oh, Ravi. Yeah. You just got Twitch Prime. Nice. Turbo's wonderful. I love it. Merch should be arriving soon. Oh, yeah. Matthew, what did you have? Oh, thank you, Rose. Every time he gets a text from the, hey, listen. Mr. Killiam, you listen here, sir. Enjoyed last night's stream. I was in tears. We played Peak last night for anybody that's wondering what they're talking about, and I was crying laughing. It was me, Doc, Chiba, and Mel. Oh, Ravi, thank you, dude. Stupid ads. Peak, it is so funny. So freaking funny. Got the mug right before you chose the Canada trip. Nice. Now I can hear you. What's up, Ravi? All right. The ads are just about done anyway. All is well. You're choking on popcorn? You should probably not do that. What's your advice for tier 1 dots? Bring both of them in. Make sure they're spread far enough apart. If you're having trouble or you're afraid of sitting inside of the house when you're trying to see dots, you could just set up a video camera and watch from inside of the truck. Yeah, lots of opportunity. All right. Oh no, I was gonna make it hunt and watch it because it's being a butthole. Best advice for tier 1 dots is hurry up. That's right. That's right. You sing your little heart out. That's enough. All right, we're gonna watch it. It is either a phantom or a banshee. It's a phantom. Well, that would explain why we're not getting a banshee whale. We know this is a phantom because of how not visible it is during the hunt. It is invisible for longer periods of time. That's how you can tell a phantom just from the hunt alone. Yeah. So as soon as this hunt's over, we leave. Can the ghost not see you through the door? No. Nope, it definitely can't. Would you stop? Knock it off, lady. How can you tell when a banshee is stalking you? Well, I think they might have fixed the door, the outside door thing when a stalking goes. But one way to tell with a banshee, a phantom, and a wraith, it's what you'll see a lot of people do is they'll do like a motion sensor, and then like let's say I did that here, right? Like if let's pretend I'm in the truck and the ghost can come outside, it can stalk me from there. So what I'll do is I'll take an EMF, I'll turn it on and put it on the floor near me. And then let's say that I have both of these like this. If this EMF goes off, if I know the ghost is there, if this EMF goes off, EMF 2, and then the ghost starts walking this way, boom, boom, hits 1, 2 from the truck, I know that it teleported to me, right? Now, if it hits motion sensor comes this way from a very long distance away and it's stalking you, then you're looking at a phantom or a banshee. The way that you know the difference between them is that a phantom will leave an EMF 2 when it gets to you. A banshee will not. A banshee will not. So the phantom will go boom, boom, motion sensor, EMF 2. Yeah. So that's how you can tell. Or like we just did, I have banshee and phantom. You could lay down salts if you think it's possibly a wraith, and then look at the blinks. Did it walk in salt? It did, not a wraith. And then is it super visible? Like, is it normal or is it really invisible? Well, then it's a phantom. Yeah. All right. We just wanted to get the ghosty. I actually saw the YouTube short on that earlier today. Expedite. Well, I try to. Yeah. Oh, you got the shirt. Let's go. Yeah, phantom. So for a nightmare run, I did get the play contracts though. So if you just basically subtract 100 from that. So 900 XP if you only get the ghost on nightmare.
Or a ×4 difficulty, because that's what Nightmare is. Nightmare is a ×4 difficulty. Does no evidence run give you more XP? It does, because it's a higher multiplier. Yep. Unless you set other things that would make the multiplier go lower because you're giving yourself extra like cursed possessions or something like that. Yeah. Okay. Cool beans. So Nightmare gives you 900 XP. Even smaller amount of players are playing Insanity or higher. Yeah. Even smaller. How much is a perfect game on Nightmare? Well, we could try to find out. I don't remember. I mean, I've done them. We've done them, but I don't remember what it is. Let's do one at Edgefield. No, let's do a Ridgeview. Let's do a perfect Nightmare at Ridgeview. Now, remember, there are extra factors that are involved with this, though, because there are tier bonuses based on what equipment you're using. I'm using tier 1, so I don't get the tier bonuses. I do get tier bonuses for, like, for EMF and for UV, but that I'm not actually getting it. I would get a tier bonus for that if they were included with the media stuff. But you're looking at your video camera and your photo camera and your sound recorder. Those are the 3 that matter when it comes to getting a tier bonus, not the rest of this stuff. The underappreciated champion. That's right. All right, let's go to a perfect Nightmare at Ridgeview. I like it. You're good, Galactic. No worries.
All right, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation.
We're fine. Ought to get a bigger bonus for lower tier stuff since it's harder. Jess, I think I agree with you. I think I'd have to agree. Oak, welcome in. You know what I mean? Some media pieces are worth 10 while others are worth 5. Yeah. Some things are going to get you more. There's so many factors that are involved. I usually don't think about that stuff. I'm not really worried about, is this photo worth $5 or $10? Ghost gambling? No. I rarely do that. I only do it a very small amount, like through the month. Maybe once, maybe. No. What I like about the new media update is you really have to work for the perfect instead of lazily doing it. That's true. That is true. I think when it comes to playing with more people, it's a lot more fun. Definitely for solo, it's going to be a lot harder. Yeah. But let's get us a perfect Nightmare with Stacey Hans. Parabolic, we need 3 unique video, and we also need a motion sensor. So first step, find out where the ghosty is. Playing with friends is usually worth getting the ghost hunting video, in my opinion. $20, but yeah, apps, yeah, if you can get high risk things like that, for sure. How do you get the heart Twitch drop? There was never a heart Twitch drop. What badge you're talking about was the American Heart Association, and it was never a drop. All right, well, where you at, Brad? Oh shit, you're directly in front of me. All right. EMF 5. That's cool. Anywho. Is there a new small map coming? Yeah, they said there'd be one this year. Why aren't you celebrating 4th of July? What do I need to be doing to celebrate 4th of July? We ran out there, kids did sparklers and things. What else am I supposed to be doing? Please, you tell me. Right, who says I didn't? Exactly. Exactly. That was very fast evidence. I'm not upset with it either. All right, get this, get this, get this. When you get the EMF 5 early, that's super nice. Poor T in the... Any herbs? Eh? Love the no update. Feel bad for whoever's trying the apocalypse challenge with them. Well, we talked about that before, and if you're trying the apocalypse challenge, you just need to retry, honestly. What the hell are you doing over there? You need to just retry to get better objectives. That's just my take on it. All right, let's do this, do that. We need more stuff. The camera's so small. It's because it was on the tripod. If I took it off the tripod, it would be larger. Yeah. You buy your family Taco Bell? That's cool.
Yeah, this is about as 4th of July as you can get. Hunting ghosties. That's right. Oh, there's tons of changes when it comes to photo, video, and then also adding the sound recorder. Again, it's just deciding if you feel like it's worth it. It's funny, like I would almost say it doesn't feel worth it to go for a perfect game for the amount of time it can take sometimes. However, if it's more entertaining to do it and you're having fun trying to get a perfect game by getting all videos and photo and sound, then I'd say go for it. A lot of people are really worried about trying to get XP and money as fast as they can, but there's a lot of people that are just trying to enjoy the game. Enjoy the game. If you want to floor through it and not get all the media, then don't. If you like going for all the media because it's more entertaining and it's different, then do it. Then do it. You get more practice and knowledge going for perfect games. You absolutely do. It makes you better. 100%. You're still missing the left foot bone. Have you thought about going to go find it? The new door rattle's awesome. Oh, yeah. Well, the new door rattle, the slam, all that stuff is great. Yeah, I dig it. Hey, Tommy, what's up, dude? Well, yeah, Yonk, but if you go for a 14 times, you can get even higher. But is it worth doing that? It just depends on what kind of a player you are. Yeah, so many people fell into the 12-9-7 trap of just doing that over and over and over and over because people told them that's what they should be doing. So then they go to Woodwind and then they do a 12-9-7 and then they do it till they get through their next prestige. It's just not for me. If you do that, cool. You do you, boo-boo. It's just not for me. Hey! You eating my book. You frickin' jerk. With the new door interaction, has the Ure ability changed at all? No. Unfortunately, it has not. We really hope that that does change in the future, though. Like, as in, they do something, right? Ghost got mad. Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Good talk. Hey. It just touched the door upstairs. That's cute. Ah, you son of a bitch. Of course it's in the basement. What is the best equipment to start the investigation? It really depends on what kind of investigation you're trying to do. Just a normal investigation, honestly, I always start with flashlight, EMF, and did it just turn on the TV? I think that's still a bug, right? So this isn't a mirror? Hey. No, thanks. I'm fine. All right. Turn that on. Let's go outside. All right. We have Spirit Box. We have EMF. So it's either Spirit Wraith or Twins. Let's get some salt. Thermal camera EMF. Yeah, it's different. It is so subjective. Everybody's different. Not everyone's going to go for the same stuff. Ghost was trying to stream snipe that mother. That mother. It's time to go to bed, you little piece. Let's do photo. Let's do this. Let's do this. Yeah. Stop breaking the law, a-hole. Probably twins. Why is that? Because 100% guess. Roger that. Let's do that. Where you at, bruh? Oh, there's a sound. Where's it at? Walked in the salt. Not a Wraith. Oh, it disappeared. What a butthole. Any UV on the remote? I'm playing on Nightmare. I'm not going to get UV. I have EMF 5 and Spirit Box, so that's all I'm going to get. Yeah, so it's either Spirit or Twins. We're a hunt away from figuring that out. So let's get Parabolic. We'll capture 3 videos. Let's go get a motion sensor. All the things. Didn't it touch the door upstairs? Yeah, but that's not how Twins work. Twins is not 2 separate ghosts. It's 1 ghost. So Twins, you have a single ghost that has 2 different interaction ranges that go out, not up or down. So you have one interaction range that goes up to like 3 meters, and then you have another interaction range that goes up to like 16 meters. So A twin is not two ghosts on separate floors. It is a ghost on one floor that can be far away or close. So technically, I could have a twin where the main ghost is right there in the dining room and its extra range is in the next room over. It just depends. So that when it does that kind of stuff, it's hard to tell. But if I get this ghost to hunt, then we know what it is. That's really all we need. But, however, therefore, yeah. Gotta listen out for that second interaction right after the first interaction. I like when they do really, really, really obvious things like touching two doors at the same time. That's pretty great. All right, parabolic video camera. Well, we're going to bring in this, and we're going to bring in one of those on the side of one of these. Mr. Song, how's your night, sir? Hello, hello. Caught the ghost yet? You don't catch the ghost. This isn't Pokemon. What the hell? That like rattled right next to me. What the hell? Doing good. How's yours? It's good. It's good. I'm going to put this here. All right, do to take. Pokeball? Yeah. No, not a Wraith. No, it's Spirit or Twins. Otter, hello. We can make it a Pokemon? I mean, technically, I guess so, yeah. Your trophy case says otherwise. Hey, that's not the same thing. Let's see, wait, let me see. Oh, no. I need to change my setup here. Let's do matches. I need this guy, that guy, that guy. There we go. That'll do. Who's that Phasmo ghosty? Bill, thank you for the follow. Hello, hello. Oh, come on, Stinky. We could probably recreate that, right? Would you do it already? It's cheap, huh? This is just a waiting game. If you know where the ghost is. Wait, do I need a motion sensor too? Dang it. Did I bring that in? No. Where am I from? East Coast, United States. Still got breath here. The hell? It's the final prestige. Hi, Morky Mork. Dooby dooby doo. All right, you stinker. Let's get motion sensors and figure out where this little butthole is. Good grief. Morky Mork. Morky Mork. Popped into the head. That's okay. Let's try maybe there. And maybe we try right there. All right, let's see what it does. Let us see. Do you still get jump scared in this game? Oh, absolutely. Oh, 100%. Absolutely, yes. Of course. If Ghosty spawns right in front of me, super loud, walks into my face, yep, for sure is. Stacy. Hello. How can I determine the ghost place of death? Why would you need to determine the ghost place of death? Hello. Cap, thank you for the 8 months. Thank you, friend. Ghost, I don't know where it's walking. Hey, Sophia, how are you? What? Is that over here? Would favorite room not be place of death? No, because what happens when the ghost changes its favorite room? No, place of death is where the bone is. That's literally all that is. And the bone location means nothing. It is a 100% random thing in this game. So, really, there's not much to be had with that. Hey, Baloo, how are you? It chooses its second favorite death? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Do I just not have a ghost anymore? Is it gone? So when the bone is on top of the washing, but... Mr. Kill? Is it walking up or downstairs, you think, maybe? Okay. Ghost with the most. Jesus. All right, I'm going to throw these in. I threw my matches, whatever, it's fine. That's fine. You and the ghost are going on lunch break? Well, I guess so, because it's dipped. It's out of here. It's not dealing with any of our crap, apparently. Veers, welcome in. Hello, Zoe, how are you? Give me this. Give me this. Let's take... I don't even know if I can... Yeah, I can. That's fine. And then, just so we can figure out where it is, I'm going to throw down more salt. I could peek in the mirror. This is true, but I would kick 20% of my 20 of my sanity. Yeah. Nick, thank you for the subs, dude. Ghost is having a sandwich. Ghost, are you having a sandwich? Do you see, my breath is still here. Emery, hello. Okay, we're doing it. You son of shit. Ew, 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 ew. It's on the floor. Ew, where's my camera? Mom! Mom, I don't know where the video camera is. It's over here. Oh, it's too late. Well, damn it. So she's over there? But she's throwing everything over here. I'm flipping out. I'm losing it. Ghosty make you lose control. Are you reaching like that because you're a twin hotshot? Is that what? Must have been the cat. I hate when they do that. Hey, Wicked, how are you? Let's do that. No, I wasn't ready, you bag of shit. Doing good? How's the hunt? I mean, it's okay. There we go. Now we're talking. It's fine, I guess. Ghosty's kind of being a jerk. Can you get video of the piano? I don't think you can. No, I don't think you can. I can get a photo of this, though. We have Ghosty. Oh my god, it actually got the ghost and it did not get the mirror? I'm shocked. I am freaking shooketh. Wow. 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 Ghost misbehaving, flashback. Do you know? Oh, man. Okay. Well, I need more video stuff, so I'm going to go get more things. can get a sound recorder of it, you believe? I thought I heard somebody say that you can't get a sound recording of it, of the piano. I feel like you should be able to, but I don't know why you wouldn't. I don't know. All right, let's get this guy. We'll get that guy. We can get a video of this. I can take one of those motion sensors over there, get a video of that. Hopefully the ghostie shows itself again. We can do that. Crash! Hey, homie, how are you? I did not record the sensor yet. No. The only thing I've recorded was the salt. That is it so far. Crash, how's it going, friend? How are the games? I don't have video. Got it. Okay. Oh, now you're just being all kinds of friendly. Oh, my Lanta. Oh, my Lanta. This is Nightmare Run. Yeah. Hey, Johnny, welcome in. Crash, I hope that your stream was good, dude. How was the Phasmo? What map? This is Ridgeview. Fridgeview, as they say. Come on, brah. Come on, brah. Princess Amber, welcome in. Thank you guys for the follows. If you guys are not following Crash, Crash is another great Phas creator. Another kinetic partner. All right. Fire extinguished. All right, now I'm ready for you to show up. Stacy Hans. You want to throw Stacy Hans? I don't know. Wait. You sack of crap. I could have recorded that. Want to see her throw, Haunt? Gotcha. Frickin' gotcha. Frickin' gotcha. Not today, hotshot. Not today. Hi, Live Love Guard. How are you? I'm trying to focus on one thing at a time because I realized I become way too overstimulated. So if you couldn't tell. All right. Well, that's a yikes. Everything's great. Thanks. Ghosts are fine. Hard to play against Phantom at 10 times. Make a perfect. Oh my gosh. That doesn't sound like a good time at all. Why is she crawling like that? She dropped a contact. All right. I'm going to take this and we're going to let Ghosty hunt. Hopefully over there, not over here. And once it does that, then we'll listen to hear if it's a spirit or twins. She can't find her glasses. Yeah, she's having a hard time. Found me in the recommended today. Don't play this too often, but I have a ton of fun when I do. I hope to be... Oh, I appreciate that. The game is a blast, especially if you're playing with friends. It's really great. Come on. You already ate the crucifix once. Do not event over here, please. And also, thank you. Hey, Casual, how are you? Welcome in. Shummo. You also lost your glasses. Can I tell you everything I do from now on? Yeah, I got you. I'll walk through everything. All right, I took a step forward. I'm staring at the door. It's hunting. I'm side strafing to the right. I'm over next to the fridge. We're listening for the speed of the ghost. That's a fast twin. I'm opening my journal. I am now marking twins because we know what ghost it is. I am walking forward away from the hiding spot. I am now out in the open for the ghost to find me. I am now over here where she can get me. I have matches. We're not afraid. Pam is running. We are smudging. We are going to hide next to the fridge again. I am now in the fridge. She threw a knife. All right, that's enough. Did you see that? She threw a knife at me. That was not very nice. What do we need? I need 3 more photos. I could get Spirit Box audio. Yeah. What did I do with the Spirit Box? There it is. Attempted murder. Where are you? Are you here?
From behind.
Oh, no, not from behind. All right. Let's go take more sanity, and maybe that'll keep us alive. The unconventional way. Who needs a ghost hug when I found a knife on the floor? Oh, man. Viv, thank you for the Prime sub. Thank you so much. What's my favorite spirit box response? Is it bad if I say right here? Is it bad? Is that bad? I'm quite partial to it. Okay, I got rid of my video. Son of a biscuit.
From behind with
Yikes a doodles. Yeah, we could record the EMF. I could also record the firelight going out too. I could do both. She has a knife. Close to but yeah, okay. All right. You know what? That says a lot about you if that's your favorite. Oh, look, another one. Yeah, see? Mm-hmm. 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 2 more audio recordings and 3 more photos. 2 audio, 3 photo. We know what the ghost is. I don't think I found the bone yet. Not that I recall. Your favorite used to be kill. Oh. Dio response though. Oh, as your favorite spirit box response. I mean, okay, I guess that's fair. You missed the E from the spirit box? Oh my God, that was ages ago. All right, we do have a smudge. I don't think I saw the bone in our travels yet. Not that I recall. Courtney! Thank you for the subs, friendo. Thank you. Oh my God. What up, Dinks? How are you? Oh, look, the bone. Make sure it counted. Gravy. 2 more photos. Mine is taken away. What the hell was that sound? Taken away. All right, I'm gonna take, not a wee, I'm gonna take this over there. Yeah, that'll do. All right, and then what else do I want to do? We need this guy, we need that guy. I'm just gonna put this over here so we can see what we're doing. Not a wee. Would you stop it? I'm not ready for you. All right. Jesus. Oh, where's my EMFer? Oh, wait, where's my EMFer? Gosh, dang it. Too much at once. We're overloading. There we go. I'm doing good. Hey. All right. If that turns to a 5, then we need to make sure we record it audio-wise. Oh, yeah, I can take a picture of this. No, it's too late. Oh, the delay, you sack of trash. Gosh, dang it. Oh, I took a picture of the crucifix and it ruined everything. Put her crotch right in my face. Did you see that? Oh, yeah, I could do the EMF photo. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah. I always forget that you can take a photo of that. Always. Always, always, always. What if I walk away from you? What if I do this? What if I do that? Do that. It's such an easy thing to get. I just forget about it a lot. No, come back here. Come on. Maybe I could get a twofer. Yeah. I don't have this audio. Maybe they blow out that audio. I get the audio of it. Then I take a photo. Let's just hold record. All right, blow it out. Can always get video. Oh yeah, I've already got that. Yeah, we're fine there. Well, video, we're full up. We're good. was it doing? Was it like checking the medicine cabinet? Oh, we have a sound somewhere. Where? Oh, come on. Did it just record? I don't know why there's no pills in there, ma'am. We tried to hide them. Spoonio, thank you for the 18 months. Welcome back, dude. We didn't hear that in the game. We did not hear that. Is that not your new door closed? No. It didn't shut a door. Ghosty. Come on. You're failing us. Taco Bell's getting her. Yeah, it might be. She's given up. She's completely given up. Dog, thank you for the prime, dude. It feels like it's taking longer now. It's just by chance. If she's moving rooms and going somewhere else again, then there's nothing I can do. But look, the motion sensor here is not going off anymore. Although I see, oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, there's a sound. Where? I feel like some of these sounds I'm finding. Nope, that was too late. I don't know if that it wouldn't have probably worked anyway. Come on. Oh, hey. If I turn it off. Oh, that's way better. I was about to say, rather than sitting here and waiting for that to freaking finish recording, just start to get it, then turn it off. That should work, right? All right, I need one more photo. Oh, the EMF pics, son of a bitch. That's what we were gonna do. Oh yeah. Cool. I totally forgot my plan. Hello? Goes the bully. No, I'm thinking about 13 things at once. You can't take a photo of Salt. You can get the sound recording of the EMF if it's an EMF 5. Thank you. Appreciate you. Roger that. There's all our photos. There's all the videos. There's all the audio. We know it's twins based on the hunt. We know it just from the speed. And we also found the bone. Groovy. You keep recording until it turns off on its own. Yeah, you could do that, I guess. They kind of suck at the piano, I'm not going to lie. What a comment. You have a paranormal experience, ghost just smashing a piano, and you're like, man, they suck. All right, let's go. All right, Perfect Nightmare Twins. Boo, you suck. I haven't prestige since the update, so the green video looks very straight. It is a little weird.
Welcome back.
We knew this was twins because of the hunting speed. Between twins and spirit, the twins, you have two different speeds. Fast ghost is 110% speed and the slow ghost is 90. So it's just not normal speed. If it was a spirit, we would have known because it would have been a normal speed. So there we go. But with one daily, I did get the ghost to walk through Salt for 100. On a Perfect Nightmare. Oh, that's pretty cool looking. On a Perfect Nightmare, that is 2,000. So just under 2,000 for a Perfect Nightmare. Just under. Now, if I do Nightmare by itself and not get any objectives, not go for any media at all, it's about half of that. When does the animated badge drop and goes to not animated one? That's already happened.
Yeah, on the first 3 days ago, the animated badge stopped going out. Yeah. Heimer, welcome in. How do you tell when a twin throws two stuff in different room? How can you hear because it gets too loud? Because what gets too loud? That was a very interesting sentence to read out loud. How can you tell when a twin throws two stuffs in different room? How can you hear because it gets too loud? What gets loud? SMC, hello. Anaki, hello. Perfect Nightmare on a small map. I got one on Bleasdown, still got 27. Oh, nice. Damn. The thing it throws. You mean it doesn't get loud? Are you saying it doesn't get loud or it does? All right. Yeah, when it comes to this stuff, honestly, well, you know what I could do? Say F them. I should just go for objective. Yeah, we're going to stick with Nightmare. I'm going to do Nightmare and I'm going to get I'm going to do Nightmare on Edgefield. I'm going to get all the objectives and not do a perfect game. It does get loud. I always have max volume to make it spooky. Hold on. So how can you hear? Because it gets too loud. But then you're saying your volume is really up really high. That's why it's loud. But how can I hear? Because it's too loud. What? When how by they're saying that they have the volume so loud that the sound of the near object overwhelms the sound of the object that's further away. Does that sound right? How can you hear it in two different places? Well, one way of doing that would be like a parabolic. Pretty much. Okay. So like a tier 3 parabolic would be able to help you with that because you'd literally be able to see it. But if you don't have that and you can only hear, make sure that you're on stereo, have one room on your right and have the rest of the building on your left. You'll hear the object on your right and then you'll hear the other one on your left. Crow, I'm trying, man. I'm doing what I can. You picking up what I'm putting down? Does that sound right? Doing great, sweet. You just got your drop. Let's go. Oh, headphones are a must for this game. You can play without headphones. You absolutely can, but you are at a disadvantage when you don't use headphones that have stereo. If you can't tell the difference between something happening on your left, on your right, you're already at a disadvantage. Flash is new to game. Give him a break. Thank you. Thank you. All right. This time we have Rose, Todd. Firelight, crucifix, motion sensor. Hey, those ain't bad at all. Those ain't bad. Gimme. Gimme. You like to have YouTube? Wait, you like to have the TV on while you play? No, I can't play with other things happening. I need to just hear the game. If I hear other things happening, it's too much. I can't pay attention. Hello? Let's go get the power. Sorry for the confusion conversation. That's okay. I like to have a good confusion conversation every now and then. Kind of keeps me in check. All right. Power is on. Nothing is happening. Oh, you listen to me while you play? Oh, God. What the hell? What did you do? Did you just stalk me? What the hell was that? Phone in the garage. Roger that. What the? What happened? I wonder if it did. If it Wraith teleported to me, that might not be the room. Let's do this instead. Actually, I'll do it on this wall.
Give. Hey, Beth. The 4th is going well, friend. How is it going for you? Kept having an issue where the sound of my headphones kept switching sides. Oh, God. Yeah, EMF was fast, but it's a little worrisome because I don't know if the ghost is here or not. It is not in this room, at least. Oh my God, Wither, that game was so funny. I can't wait to play Peak again. Yeah. I mean, you're not a stalker, but you could be a wraith, depending on what your room is. Wait a minute. I heard that upstairs. I heard glass. Where did I hear that? Over here? I heard a mug. Excuse me. That would be one hell of a walk there, friend. This might be a wraith. Let's go get some salt so we can double check. Let's get salt, UV, just in case it does walk. Because if it does, then there was some weird through the floor thing that happened while I was able to hear that EMF. That's the only way this would not be a wraith, in my opinion. Would be if something really, really strange happened where I could sense the EMF 5 through the floor. That would suck. Yeah, I got EMF 5. You think it's possible to get EMF through the floor? You can get paramic through the floor when you're not supposed to. All right, do this, and let me actually hurry up and go get motion sensors. Had stuff happening through the floor. You're not the only one, friend. You're definitely not the only one. Floor boundaries work? Excuse me? Oh, look, another 5. So if these motion sensors go off and that salt is left alone, there's your answer. It's very active in there. They're all features. First time seeing this game. Is it like true jump scare horror? There are definitely times where you can get jump scared in this game, but I think this game is more of like a horror puzzle. It's creepy and freaky, and you'll flip out when you don't know what's happening. But once you start to learn the game and you play it a lot, it has a lot of replayability, first of all. But then second, it's not cheap jump scares or cheap. Jin Obake Miling. So that EMF 5 I heard was through the floor. That's cool. Jin Miling Obake a cake. Well, dang it. Firelight crucifix. Let's get firelight. Let's get crucifix. Make sure we have a second one. And then what I'll do is bring a photo camera. Alicia, hello. Welcome in. You get more scared when it's doing an event. You're not scared when it's hunting? Flexing on people? All right, it took a poopy in the sink, so we can take a picture of the chalky milk. That's for sure. Last I played, there was a change to how the ghost interaction appeared. It became hard to distinguish ghost appearance events from the actual hunts. Wait, it became harder to figure that out? Because the way that it used to be was that the ghost could hunt you in any form. It did not have to be a physical. Oh no. Oh, ghost fart. Haha. Got it. The way it used to be was harder. It became easier. All right. I have these two. I could do cursed object bone. Yeah, cursed object bone. Why do people hate doing Point Hope? Because that map sucks to play sometimes. Why does that map suck to play sometimes? Because the ghost is always up top somewhere. It's like almost always up top somewhere. Oh, Alicia, thank you for the prime. What else do I need? Or what do I want? I'm going to need a sound recorder at some point. That's fine. But right now I'm just focused on getting these medias done. Wait, do I want to get the medias done? Oh, well, we'll just go for a perfect game. I didn't mean to do that, but we'll do it anyway. It's fine. Let's bring that inside. And then I'll take one of these guys. There we go. Point Hope and Prisoner, both a pain in the butt for me. Yeah, it's just, it takes us such a long time. Oh, I didn't bring a lighter. Son of a bitch. Still holding out hope for a dumbwaiter. Oh, I would absolutely love it. Yeah, I think a lot of us would love that same exact thing. All right, matches. We get this guy. I can bring in more of this because I could get also photos for. I just get footprint photos probably. It's Point Hope. That's right. But I could also do video of this. You know what? I have more salt. It's fine. It's fine. Struggling to get sound recordings, it can be tough. Certain things you can force, certain things you can't. Excuse you. Why'd I just like that? Oh, no shot. Okay, that counted. That's stupid. EMF 5. There we go. You don't have to wait around to get the EMF 5. You just turn it off. Literally turn it off. What can you force? You can force things. By force, I mean it's way easier to make happen. The ghost walking through the motion sensor and then you getting a video of it. Way easier. The ghost blowing out a firelight. Way easier than some of the other things you can get. The ghost walking in salt, as long as it's not a wraith, you can get a video of it. It walked through the ceiling. It must have. It walked through the ceiling. Thermo's freaking out. In EMF, if the ghost interacts, you can take a photo of it. There's a lot of really easy things to get. It's just remembering all of it is the problem. You gonna blow this out or what, hotshot? Sound. Is it? Hi. We'll get there. In time, we'll get there. Just patience. Patience. Thank you guys for the follows. Hello. It's going to blow it out as soon as I leave. Yes. Can the ghost hunt outside of the ghost room? It certainly can. What's the name? DR, thank you so much for the sub, dude. Yeah, it absolutely can hunt from outside of the ghost room. The ghost can roam. And when the ghost roams, it can hunt from wherever it is. Can you force audio recordings to end? Yeah, that's what I literally did with the EMF. When I recorded the EMF, I had EMF 5 and I started to record it, was getting it, and then I just turned off the EMF and it stopped the recording. Like it finished the recording. So yeah, you absolutely can. All right, let's see. We got all three of those. I need video and I need one photo. We saw the bone in the garage. Is that correct? Wonder how many things the video will capture at once. Yeah, I don't know. All right, so photos are done. We can just ditch that. Now we need to get video stuff. How many hours do I have in the game? Like over 3,500, probably something like that. If the core, wait, If the core way the game was designed hasn't changed, the ghost is always present as an invisible entity that walks around at random. When it passes interactable things, there's a chance that it does stuff. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. Yeah, the ghost is always on the map. It does not become active until you open the front door. As soon as you open the front door, the ghost can start interacting with things. Yep, that's exactly how it works. Objective wise, I do need to prevent with a crucifix. I don't think I want to take sanity just yet, but I do need to capture video. Let's put some video cameras in there. Actually, you know what? F the tripod. You can hear if it. No, they removed the invisible footsteps from the ghost ages ago. That's been gone for a very long time. Very, very, very long time. Oh, you bitch. That. And. Ah. There we go. Turn that off. Turn that off. I can't even see it because the lighting is effed in there. Okay, it's fine. Shade? No. No. We are looking at a Jin, Obake, or Myling, and I can make it hunt to try to figure it out, but I want to get the media first. Once I get the media, then we can do that. All right, let's turn night vision on these cams. I have 0 video recorded. So technically I can record anything and we'll be fine. Love an Obake, me too. Aren't they great? Super small detail, but I love that the thumb actually presses the button. Yeah, isn't that great? The little tiny details matter. All right, I got the motion sensor. Now I've got to be careful not to get that again, which I could do like watching over this way. What did I have? EMF and ultraviolet. Okay, so I can get video of the ghost walking in salt. Yeah. Can you record from head camera? That I don't know. I'm not sure. I play solo, so I'm not going to be able to tell. Banshee's the best when playing with friends. Banshee is amazing when playing with friends. Look how close we are, by the way. Less than 200 away. Less than. Yeah, I can get firelight. I can get walking through the salt. Maybe it eats the crucifix and we're nearby, and then I can get that too. Maybe. Banshee Roulette. And then Banshee Roulette's a fun game. Hey, Perfect. How's it going? Stream's been good. How you been? Gotta work in the morning. Night Raptor. Have a good night. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it, friend. What do you gain by prestiging? A loss of your time. No, I'm kidding. You get a ID card for now and a loadout slot up until prestige 10. And then eventually you'll get cosmetics and things. But as of now, that's it. Try to. No, I'm not going to get that. I'm on Nightmare. That's why somebody asked about why these are broken. It's Nightmare. They're broken. I don't get the activity monitor and I don't get the sanity monitor. And we already have EMF 5 and we have ultraviolet. So we just need to go record more things. I'm going to bring in 2 firelights to up our chances of recording it. Loadout slot. Yeah, you can make different slots within the store you can make different slots. You can make different loadouts within the store that have different equipment on them, whether it's tier 1, tier 2, you have a 1-player, like you play 1 player, it says solo, or maybe you play with friends and you have all the equipment. Yeah, all that stuff. All right, I need you not to hunt me right now. Oh, you're taking a shower. It's so fresh and so clean. Yeah, Viv, when was the last time you played? It sounds like the way you're talking right now, it sounds like the last time you played was like a few years ago. There's a lot that's changed. A lot. Thank you. There we go. See, how hard was that? Motion, fire. Oh, I need more salt, don't I? Ah, crap. Let's go get salt. We didn't have prestiges last time we played, so a couple years. Okay. Reminds me of Chief always putting the spirit box in the drawer. I know, because he was a butthole. Oh, it's that one. Hey. Quit wasting water, asshole. Holy moly. You'd think that would be a Ure, and it's not. That's just an interaction that can happen with any of the ghosts now. Yes. Are you gonna walk through the salt? Are you done now? Are you angry with me? What did I do? Be version where you have to loot the house before the ghost kills you? Oh my god. No, that'd be awful. Like to steal everything? No, that would make it, we've done that before. It takes so long. Excuse me, come back over here and do the thing. You got 2 ghosts wrong that way? Oh, from thinking that the slam was a Ure? Yeah, it's really unfortunate. Now the Ure like does its normal door touch where it just slowly shuts the door and then you hear the delayed sound. It's not a slam and then the delayed sound. Come on. Door moved, motion sensor, fire extinguish. If it walks in the salt, we can do the ting. If it does an event, I can do the ting. I thought you had to record it before the interaction starts. No, because then you'd be guessing where the interaction is going to happen. Oh, it's the other shower, you sack of shit. No, if you had to guess where the interaction was happening and start recording before it happened, oh, that'd be awful. Oh, ads are about to start. Is the ghost just not leaving that area? Yeah, you can catch it throwing things. Yeah, if you catch things before they do happen, like levitating object and stuff, you can do that, and that is cool. Oh god, oh god, oh god. I looked right at it. Oh god, oh god, oh god. I tried. She was so fast, and she, oh god. Oh, I don't feel good. Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. How did she event on me and skip the salt? Are you kidding me? Get back over here. Oh, she's going to walk in that. I need to, oh, I would love to get that, then go outside because the ads are playing. Gosh darn it. I'm going outside. I'm going outside. She's very rude. Okay. We wait. We wait. If I can wait, we wait. Ay, 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 ay. She's being a jerkhole. That's what she's being. She has not turned the power off yet. Possible djinn. If it's a djinn that's used its ability, my sanity should be drained. Mimicking a wraith. Any fireworks where I'm at? There's a few people near me that do fireworks. And as for like larger fireworks shows, the one that usually happens, I don't think is actually happening this year. Yeah. What are pre-rolls? Pre-rolls are ads that play. I don't know if you can hear me or not. Pre-rolls are ads that play when you first enter a stream. If somebody is monetized and they have ads on their channel, if they don't run them themselves, then you get a pre-roll. Pre as in before you start watching the actual stream. If the streamer runs them themselves, then you don't get pre-rolls, you get mid-rolls, which is what's happening right now. So it's the middle of the stream. Don't know why I'm not getting any. It just could be regional. Absolutely could be based on region. So many fireworks tonight and last night. Oh man. Well, we did have some near us the past couple of days. Our neighborhood just doesn't get the picture like, hey, it's not the 4th. Stop setting off fireworks.
Dog was barking. Stupid fireworks. Usually get hit with ads for like 5 to 10 minute gap with another streamer. Yeah. Oh, your neighbor set them off? My neighbor sets them. My neighbor does fireworks too. Yeah. You blew up at 8 o'clock. Was it dark enough? What's your favorite new sound recorder noise? Oh. A lot of the paranormal sounds are pretty cool. Although the Banshee scream is pretty great. The Banshee scream's pretty great. Your dog's in whining. Oh, I'm sorry. Stupid fireworks. Poor doggo's just trying to get some rest. My dog doesn't react to them. My dog doesn't really care. She's not a very good guard dog. She's small anyway. But there's no defense there. It's just pure, hey, good to see you. Hey, how are you? They've been setting them off since 3 p.m. Good God. All right, we're back. Your cats hate them. Oh my God. My neighbor makes his own. He makes his own? Jeez. Oh, that's kind of cool though. Hey, Fractal, how's it going? Great. Thank you for the 15-month prime. Dad was holding a Roman candle bucket so he wouldn't lose his. Oh my God. Parents took their dog up the mountain for the 4th. Oh, there you go. She's a legit guard dog. She distracted me with loves. You had lots of time to get me out of the bushes. Oh man. Hey, Blonde, how are you? She distracts with love. All right. I need to get the rest of the videos. I need 2 more videos. We have motion sensor, door moved, fire extinguished, salt is gone. That's out of the question. We can't get that anymore. So now I need like an event, a hunt. I could get the crucifix. Cruci video, yeah, for sure. That's a more than likely, I'd say. So let's do that. Let's do that. We'll go get the other ones, bring them in too. And hopefully we live. All right. Uh-oh. I just saw breath. Oh, no! No, I wasn't ready! Gotcha, bitch. Sorry. Got excited. She's getting really feisty. I said some things in anger I didn't mean, ma'am. I'm sorry. What the f— Get it, Rhonda! She spawned in me! I wasn't trying to pull the camcorder. Shut up. Shut your lips. Holy crap. Okay. Well, that was fun. That was fun. Did you guys have fun? I had fun. Could have gotten a hunting video there. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah, there's my breath. I do need her to... I don't know where she spawned. I have a door move. Yeah, okay. The cruci burn is what I need. I'm waiting on the cruci burn. She spawned like over here on the stairs. SMC, thank you for the 3 months. I specifically want the cruci burn.
Stop it. Thank you, Lenny. I appreciate it. Yahtzee! Still don't know what the ghost is. All right, drop this. Give me this. Run! That there. Put that there. Run. Flashlight. Get. Give. Thank you. Okay, good. Go. Grab. Run. And drop that there. I have 2 smudges on me. I have enough matches for that. Good deal. F these shoes. F these shoes. Okay. Just being a butthead. A little bit. I still don't know if it's a Jin, Obake, or Myling. I was too close to the ghost to know if it sprinted or not. So I didn't be testing for Jin. Thank you guys for the follows. Jen, Mama Bear, thank you. Dearest, payroll, hello. You bitch! She's trying to lure me out of my spot. Can Jin's not? They can't turn off the breaker. No, and she just did. You can age in the blink of an eye. Just like that. You thought you saw that? Yeah, I saw that too. That's an Obake. Awesome sauce. Get me out of here. She's crazy, dude. All right. EMF 5, ultraviolet. EMF 5 meaning that we can't have a mimic, which is great. We have the EMF 5, which is a higher pitch for some reason. This. Hey. And fire extinguisher. And then if we look at our medias, we have all of our photos. We have all our vidges. And we have our audio stuffs. Let me get the hell out of here. Let me out. So, Rose Todd, we bid you adieu. We bid you adieu. Your guess was wrong. That's okay. Yeah, she turned into Granny.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
Classic Obake. 2K. 2K for a perfect nightmare. So again, it's asking yourself if it's worth it to go for all that media. And if anything, I think going for the media is just a way to make you better at the game. So if you're not stressing about trying to see how fast you can get a run right now, then I think going for the media is a great thing. Also just getting used to it, in my opinion. Yeah, there we go. There we go. You're the neighbor that sets off all the fireworks? Oh, okay. We make a show for the whole... That's pretty cool, though. I have a couple of neighbors and well, I have like a couple people in my neighborhood. They're the ones that go absolutely ham. And when they're the ones that go ham at like a decent hour and it's not like 11 o'clock at night, midnight, awesome. It's great to see it from my house if I can see where they're the ones doing the big fireworks. But when it's like getting close to midnight and they're still setting them off, I'm like, yeah, my kids are right there trying to sleep. And right outside the door, right outside of our window is that shit going off. I'm like, no, don't. Thanks. Yeah. Thank you for the follows, guys. Welcome in. 2 hours around 9. That's perfect. Yeah, that's an absolutely perfect time. Even the close to 10 is still a good time because it's really, really super dark outside. Can the mimic even show up in Nightmare? Yeah, why wouldn't it? What? Is Josie okay? Yeah, she doesn't care. she doesn't care at all. Mare, she doesn't care about storms. She doesn't care about fireworks. She doesn't care about any of that stuff. Nope, she's groovy. I don't know what her little thoughts are whenever all that stuff's happening, but she's fine.
Yeah, it's great. I have friends that have dogs that absolutely despise storms, like super loud noises. They hate that stuff. Living her best life. Yeah. This is the first 4th of July in our house and found out that we can watch the fireworks in our small town from our driveway. Hey, there you go. That's pretty cool. Stevie's big sad. Oh, poor doggo. Josie, she's so strong and brave. No, she's funny. She will bark at like the Amazon truck and everybody else, like from the window looking out, and she'll bark at you. But then the second you come near her, she backs up. Yeah. Lolsey, yeah, of course. Yep, I have been. My wife is doing great, thank you. Yeah, she's doing great. She's doing just fine. Oh, I have upgrades. I have upgrades. Let me do those things. I forgot. Oh, I don't have enough money to do that. All right, we need to do some more runs. Your dog is hiding. Oh, I'm sorry. Poor doggo. Poor frickin' doggo. Do I like the new update, Zertex? I think the new update is great. I think the new update's fantastic. Like, we've been saying this all stream, but I also say this all the time, that the great thing is they've added so much without forcing you to do it. You don't have to do it. You can just go get the ghosty and get out of there. Yeah. You can just go get the ghosty and frickin' leave. But if you want to try for a perfect game, you can. Yeah. Love the mimic myself. Just have to keep in mind when you see, yeah, it can be tough, especially on like Nightmare when you see orbs first. You immediately think this could be a mimic, and then you get Spirit Box or something. You're like, okay, yep, this could still be a mimic, and you still have to check. But that's why I like the mimic. It's so unpredictable. That makes it great, in my opinion. How long for people to come into the stream asking how your wife is before it comes weird? That's a great question. I don't know, Kill. Because if my wife, if she wasn't pregnant 2 weeks ago, like if that never happened, right? She was never a surrogate or any of that jazz. And then someone just ran like, hey, how's your wife feeling? Good, I think. I think she's okay. After yesterday's stream, I'm not as into drops. Well, come on, but it was so funny, Doc. Oh, I kind of wished in that clip, Doc, that you said that I had seen you longer than what I did. Guys, these amazing beans, Mr. Kill, Mr. Doc, all these amazing midnight peeps, please make sure you're following them. Does my family watch the stream? No. No, my wife will tune in from time to time, but I use foul language sometimes, so I don't encourage my children to watch. But yesterday we played Peak, and I was crying laughing at some of the moments that we had. I can't wait to play again. I had such a fun time. By the way, how's your wife doing? See, how do you mother for me? That's right. Hey, Carthora, hello. Hello. Happy 4th. Well, thank you, friend. We need SpongeBob music for Doc now. Oh, yeah, that's right. Welcome back, FNAF. All right. You guys want to choose where I go on the next one? Foul language. Cut that shit. Do I ever play with fans? I think I've played with viewers once a month for the past, like, over a year. Probably. Yeah. And I'm going to have a 24-hour stream coming up soon. And then I'm actually going to have viewer games in the middle of that 24-hour stream. Never. No, we'll do it the old-fashioned way. No. We'll do it the old-fashioned way. I'm going to let you guys vote. Guys, your vote is only going to count once. Once you vote, you're good to go. You don't have to do it again. But 1 through 14, the choice is yours. Where are we going? One through 14. You have 60 seconds to place your vote, and then we will go wherever it is that you guys want me to go. I don't care. We've been doing a bunch of small maps just because we've been testing out Pro Nightmare Money just to show you guys what it looks like. And I don't know, I guess to help you guys decide whether you feel like it's needed to go for a perfect game or not. Break, you shut your lips. You shut your lips, Break. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? No? Okay. What was that? Imagine reading. I know, song. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Still going strong? Hi. Well, when are you going strong? It's not even 11 o'clock yet. It's a big shocker. Yeah. All right. 5 seconds. Dink. Chat always chooses random. Yeah. Some days we might have to just pull random from the we might have to pull random from the overlay. You know what I mean? All right, random it is. You've been drinking since 5? Oh, damn. You do you, boo-boo. Please be high school. That's not very nice. All right. I have to spend, we did reach the daily. We did reach the daily. Thank you, Dink. Thank you so much for the subs. So let's spin it. Load out. I'll get there. I'll get there. I'll get there. Thank you for reminding me, though. I do appreciate it. What if random goes to high school? Then my luck sucks like it always does. Gift a game. We'll do this before we go in, because if this is going to be a larger map, I'd rather do this now than waiting. All right. I feel like random will get you tangle. I would not be upset at all. Hey, what's up, D? All right. Free gifted gift. Have the best random time. Thank you. That face. All right. No, it's not going to be salt. What should the word be? Point hope is always a good random. Is it though? Is it always a good random? I feel like it's not. Fireworks? Is that too much for people to type? Is that too much for people to type if I do fireworks? I can't even spell fireworks. Make it doc? Let's make it doc. You know what? We'll do that. That's easier. All right. If you type doc in chat, yeah, if I spell it right, it apparently helps. If you type doc in chat, then you have a chance to win a free Steam game. Again, same situation. Anytime I have anything where you need to enter by typing something, it's always, if you've typed it once, you're good. You're entered and you're good to go. So again, we'll give you 60 seconds to enter. And then after that, we will spin it. And then we'll get into whatever our random app is going to be. Doc type doc. Did you guys see that? Did you see it happen? I saw it live. Should have made it the full username. All the pings would have got his attention. That's actually would have been a pretty funny idea. Oh, thank you for the prime. Saw it live too. I saw it live. All right. You guys have 30 seconds. All right. I'll get this ready while you guys are doing that. Coming from YouTube. Well, welcome in, dude. I appreciate you coming over. I appreciate it. Chicktastic. 2 freaking years. Wow, dude. Freaking wow. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're almost at 200. We're almost there. There's 3 people. We just need 3. It's just 3 people that have to love Doc and type Doc's name in chat. There's only 3 that's necessary. I feel like he deserves it. Okay, we can go. Create a Twitch. Oh, just a watch. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I feel like I need to type what? What's it gonna be? Well, not what, who. That was rude. That was quite mean. It's Z. Z, GG's. GG's, my friend. I am going to send you a Twitch whisper right now that has the information, friend. GG's, GG's, GG's. I'm sending it to you right now through Twitch whispers. All right, this. Give you that guy. That guy. There you go. Sent. 'Tis sent. All right, let's see. Do I have the right tier stuff? Flashlight, spirit box, UV, all that jazz. Let the free game. Peak. It was not peak. No, it was not peak. No, the game, I always pull a random game. It was Neo Cab. Neo Cab. Which is better? Well, have you played both? Let me ask you that. What if the person owns the game? Then they can give it to somebody else. The one thing I can't do is like continue to give someone keys for games randomly until we find one that they don't have. Yeah, that would be a little bit off. You're confused. What happened? I gave away a free game. You watch people play Demonology. Demonologist or Demonology? Which one? There is a difference. GT, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Demonologist. Okay. I would implore you to play both. What do I think is better? Obviously this. If I thought the Demonologist was better, I mean, that shouldn't even really be a question. I would play that more if I liked it more. I wouldn't be playing this. But no, Phaz is miles, eons better in my opinion. Yeah. It's like, what's your favorite food? Pizza or do you like Pizza Hut or Taco Bell? Well, Pizza Hut's my favorite, but I have Taco Bell every day. Well, then why the hell didn't you have that one? I don't know. Yeah. Shark! This guy! Can you find it on Steam? Yeah, if you do a quick Google, you will find all the information to all your troubles, friend. Not Google. I want a game about a haunted cookbook. Oh my. The Nom Nom Nomicon. All right. Random nightmare. Please be kind. That's Maple Lodge. That's not that bad.
All right, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly.
Phaz has continued development and support. Easy win.
Got the intel. Looks
Sir, yes, sir.
going to be a tough one. We've had reports of violence
Sir, yes, sir. Certainly does.
in a hurry.
Phaz did not stop what they were doing when they were trying to update their ghost investigation game to go make a nightclub simulator. That's a win. That's a straight up win. What's the lore behind Toe? Oh, Toe exists. The reason that Toe exists, which he is back here. I do have him on the shelf. He is back there. It's a little hard to see. See his eyeballs back there? He is back there. The reason we call him Toe is because in 2023, during the Halloween event, there was a cauldron and you had to find items. And one of the cards said, Toe of Frog. So I randomly just started calling the frog Toe. I don't know why. We just did. Yeah. Do you have a personal and streaming account? What? Yeah, so we started calling it Toe. It just stuck. I don't know. It just became a thing. So we did. Yeah, of course. Always. Do I have a personal and a streaming account for Phaz? Oh, do I have like my FlashForce one, then another one? I do have a secondary account, but I don't go on it and play. If I ever, like, I think I've been on that a couple of times.
But no, if I'm ever jumping into games randomly, I'm jumping in this account. All right, let's go. Michelle Petit. We need to repel, crucifix, and a video camera. Let's go find out where to go, DB. I'm going to bring... Actually, you know what? We're going to leave you, and I'm going to take you. That's the way. I don't know where the power is. I guess we're going to go find out. Forever call the voodoo doll Frank. Yeah, you know, it's just names stick. You find names, and they just stay with you. Oh, pull door. Damn, no mirror. I don't know why you're so effing bright. You do anything special? I want to. I just have no idea what it's going to be. I have no idea. Like something special for hitting 10K. I will. I just don't know what yet. Hey, Veen, welcome in. Oh, Slendy. Oh, Breaker. There's Slenders. Hi, Mixed Slenders. Hi. You're so tall. Oh my God. Are we going to save toe? Always. But of course. Are subs and followers the same on Twitch? No. No. Following is free. Subscribing is not. It's the equivalent on YouTube of subscribing is free and membership is not. It's that same equivalent. Anne. Oh, Anne, thank you for the subs. I should do a $10,000 giveaway. Sure. You give me $20,000 and I'll give $10,000 of it away. Deal? Pinky swear? Sounds fair to me. I ain't heard nothing. I ain't heard nothing. No deal? Well, it sucks to be you, I guess. I don't know. You could have won $10,000. Damn, dude. Slendy, stop staring at me. Oh, I got the cards. I knew it. Sorry, I'm broke. You could have won 10K. I'm just saying, dude. I've already told you multiple times. 1 mil, then 10K giveaway. Oh, that sounds better. I do like that more. Oh, found you. I'll turn that on and turn that off. We don't need that light on. There it is. You buy 10K in what? In what extras? All right. Toe, we need to save you. Hey, Darkness, how are you? Gonna lurk. Enjoy the rest of the games. Thank you, friend. I appreciate it. They should make a Phas movies. You know, they should. That's a really good idea. We should probably tell someone about that idea. All right, let's... I don't even know if it's technically over there near that. Like, it might... I mean, like, in the shower, it might be out of the shower. I don't know. Let's go find out. Are the campsites getting remakes? If yes, I genuinely cannot wait. Campsites? I don't know about that. I don't know if there's anything from this that's not made by them. Maybe these tubs and stuff. It might get like a refresher. Maybe. Permission to call my work frog toe. Oh, I mean, listen, that's up to you. That's, yeah, you do you, boo-boo. EMF 5. Roger that. Let's go hurry up and get a UV. Start the fight. Well, I don't have any on me. What do you mean? We run. We run. Man, EMF 5s today. I'm not upset. I'm not upset at all. Oh, I know Blumhouse is already making a movie. It's just funny. Yeah. Need to make a toe to go with my Frank. Well, Break actually made that for me way back when, which was amazing. And we love Toe. We love Toe. Evil King, how are you? Lighter time. Oh, son of a bitch. I didn't grab the fire. Thank you. Thank you, Ann. I don't have a lighter, but I do have matches. Yeah. You didn't even know there were developers for Phas in the... Oh, you thought they lived in the States. Oh, no. Nay, they do not. You. Probably no UV. I might not have gotten here in time. That is always possible, too. No orb, right? There's our breath. What the hell? Why was there a breath off to my left? Stop it, Ron. Stop. Reasons. Wait, what are reasons? Gotcha. Watch it be twins? I don't know. It's done everything inside of that bathroom. It hasn't done anything anywhere else. The botanical god! Let us see. Video camera. Crucifix. Repel. We can watch this and see if maybe we get some dots. Love your soul. I love it. Thank you, Dink. Disappointed customers. Hiring this team to find a ghost, their entire house is just literally destroyed. Tier 1 quality. You like that? That's right. This is the good stuff. This is the good stuff. Going for a perfect game? Maybe. There's a fat... No. Their Blumhouse is in the works. A Blumhouse Phasmo movie is in the works. Blumhouse is the ones that are making it. So we don't have any timeline. We don't know when it's going to happen. We just know that there's going to be a Phas movie. When that's happening, give. It's on its way. Yes. Yeah, that's been announced. That has been announced for some time now. I am on my way to my safety toilet. And I think Math would approve. Time. Got it. Fiver. Stop. Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Freezing. Jin Shade Oni twins. Wait a minute. Okay, I can't see shit. I can't see. Oh God, what am I getting stuck on? Oh, I thought I heard a knock over here. I was gonna go check it out. I was totally sussing twins. Yeah, I thought I heard that. Did it sound like that was far away? You relax, dude. Holy shit. You can discard Jin now. Always turns off the lights. No? Bit active for a shade. I would agree with you. It does feel very, very active. It doesn't feel very shady. It's not eventing, but I don't know. We had an Oni earlier, and that thing didn't do a damn thing. Now did it? Did it? We have the evidence. We're not going to get any more. So now it's just literally figuring out the ghost, which make it do stuff. See if we get a ghost fart. All the good things. I thought Jins can't turn off the lights. They can't turn off the breaker. And the Jins have nothing to do with a light switch. The ghost turning on and off a light switch, how often it does it, Jin has nothing to do with it at all. Yeah. Watch the vids daily. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. All right. Let us maybe start getting media. I have not been airballed. Nay. Mayor's play with the switches. Well, the mayor has the ability to turn off the switch immediately. Oh, God. We're fine. Twin, because that fire. I'm leaning twin because that sounded like there was a wood knock that was far away from me. For sure. You know what we could try to do? Oh, let's try this. Yeah, let's try this. Hold on, give me that. Let's do this. I'm going to bring that inside of there. Let's do the thing. Let's do it. How hasn't it hunted? My sanity's just not low enough. That's all. Yeah. Staying in the light, going back to the truck. Oh, that was the fire. Son of a... All right, put that guy there. I'm gonna put this here. Hopefully that's far enough away. Don't the twins have two different speeds? It does. The twins is technically one ghost, but it can hunt at 2 speeds. Yeah. Now, I thought I heard something like right on the other side. Like over here. That's what it sounded like. So I'm going to try this. We're going to put that there. All right. Now let's go back to the truck and see what we have. Thank you guys for all those combos, man. I appreciate it. This could be an absolute waste of time, but I think it's worth a shot. Philly, thank you for the follow. Daisy, Princess, hello. I love twins because they confuse me all the time. There you go. No evidence? No, I do have evidence. No, I have EMF and freezing. All right, let's see. Yeah, so it just did something at campsite A. If it does something in that little range right there, that's got to be twins. It has to be. The ghost is not going to be here walking in and out, go all the way over here to do something. That's too far of a roam. Seeing if we can get lucky. If I do that, I'm too close. Like the range is too close. Is the Dio slower than a Rev when it's near you compared to when a Rev can't see you? Oh, you're asking if a normal hunting Rev when it has no detection of the player is faster or slower than a Dio when a Dio does get to you and then it finally slows down. I think the Dio is slower. Hey, Gummy, no worries. You're good. Why the screen's broken? Because I'm playing on Nightmare. Now it's not doing anything. This is going to be a waste of time. I was really, really hoping it would just do it, but it's not doing it. Rev it. Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, that was really fast anyway. Wait, what do I have recorded already? Door move? Yeah, we got to be careful, SpongeBob. Okay. Careful, SpongeBob. Dawson, thank you for the sub. Love the videos. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. The Dio so slow, it's kind of comical. Yeah, but it's really nice to get a win sometimes, you know? All right, let's get salt. I'm going to focus on video. So we have salt, firelight, and I've got a motion sensor I can get a video of over there. And I'm going to bring a photo camera. Yeah, Vertex. Hi, homie. Should be good. Really? Thank you for the sub.
Hey, you better relax it. See you huffing and puffing over here. You better relax. Make a poopy in the sink. What's wrong with you? Still freezing? Yeah. EMF? Yeah. Freezing? Yeah. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. We're remembering. Do you remember? That down. I'm going to do that guy. That guy? I'm going to stare at this pile of salt. I'm going to stare at it. Got it. All right. Oh, motion sensor. Come on. Wall back. Wall back now. Do the TIG. I think it might be in there taking a crap. You have a ghost hunting trip planned in October. Oh. Yeah, just let it out, sister. She must be in a lot of pain. Must be a hard poop. Okay, she's been walking. She's been doing this more. Let's try this. Motion, salt, door moved. We haven't had a chance for it to throw an object. Thank you, Blondie. What evidence do we have? We have EMF 5 and freezing. It's Jin, Shade, Oni, or twins. Jin, Shade, Oni, or twins. Okay, well, we have a couple of does. What else do I need? An object throw would be nice. Oh, the firelight. Firelight, yeah. What I might do too, maybe I take all the objects in this bathroom and throw them on the floor and put the camera in front of it. Maybe that's what I do too. Firelight, please. What tent was that? What's the curse? I have tarot cards. So I could take photos of the tarot cards and the bone if I go find the bone. But I want to try to get this stuff first. Did Faz have an update? Oh, I mean, the Chronicle update's been out for like 2 weeks now? I want to go to my safety toilet. Any day now. Travis, thank you for the follow. Natural Chica, hello. You guys have a good week? You guys good? Everyone okay? Okay. Okay. There it is. What a sweet hat. What a sweet hat. I do need one more, though. No, okay. No, we'll do it this way. Like I said, I was going to do it. Let's do that down there. That down there. Cheebs? Does Cheebs know something I don't know? I feel like I'm ill-informed. Hashtag Chiba tips. All right, I'm gonna turn this off. I don't want to accidentally get it. Chiva's never really okay. I mean, you're right. Oh, it's a child. Oh, gross. I don't have the camera. Mom! Son of a bitch.
Maybe Chiba knows a thing or two. I think he does as well. All right. So I'm going to go to the truck and get a smidge. I'm going to take a picture of that bone that's sitting right there. Get a picture of the tarot cards. Get the audio. My favorite cursed item is the music box. I love the music box. I love it. Okay. Well, I do need you to eventually eat the crucifix. But I think we have time. I think we're fine. So, 2 photos, and then we just go get 3 sounds. Call it a day. Go. And now the cards are over on the picnic table over by the cabin. Monkey Paws OP. Monkey Paws are great. All the cursed possessions are great. Do I think there could be tweaks? Of course. I think the voodoo doll could definitely use a tweak. Right, Frank? Frank. I almost called him Frank. Right, Slendy? There we go. All right. Sound time. Hey, Trash Panda. How's the 4th? The 4th is going well. How is yours? And the tarot card deck still just kill you randomly. Well, it doesn't, kill you randomly. It's not like you're just holding the cards, you just die. If you draw a hanged man, then yes. All right, well, we don't need that anymore. I still have this on me. We're going to go get an audio recorder. You know, okay, I'm going to go put this in there and then we will try to do the things. You know what you have to do? Yeah, we'll give it a good old swift kick. You don't like the voodoo doll? It's just, I don't know. I kind of wish Frank had a little bit of love, given to him. Feels like the tarot kill me if I so much as give it the slightest side eye. All right, now it shut off my light. I'm going to put this here. It still might hunt over that way. It is what it is. That's fine. Let's see what we can get. Each pin push causes it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Why were you timed out? Did you read the warning that you got before you were timed out? Hey, Defini. Ghost. Afternoon. Oh, it is what it is. Morning, afternoon, night, whatever. You pick your poison. It's fine. I'll still greet you the same. I still have breath in here, but this isn't going off though. Now it's just, I hear it throwing things on the other side of the wall. I did not get a warning though. Mayor warned, don't repeat yourself, no spam. You had to accept that to be able to chat again. And yet you say you didn't get a warning. No, that's lying. I like tier 1 more than tier 2 sound recorder. Yeah, because the tier 1 actually gives you a direction to go. Tier 2, you're moving around like this, hoping that the sound wave goes higher, like the decibels go up. I think it's back in here now, please. They've been doing stuff. It's been quite fun for... Oh, wait, what? What? Hey, Fiery, how are you? Did you do the wheel? I did. I think Ghosty is dipped. Tier 2 has the... Listen, Tier 2 has the little Ghosty on it too, but unfortunately, again... All right. Listen, dog.
Video recording is new. Audio recording is new. Oh yeah, all that stuff is new. Wish 2.2 had. I just wish it had some kind of an upgrade. Anything? Any recommendation on how to level up the fastest? Yeah, don't try to level up as fast as you can. You need to play comfortably and learn how to play this game by challenging yourself slowly over time. You'll get better. The better you get, the faster you'll get. If you're trying to speed through XP and money right now, you're not going to learn how to play the game, and you're going to be a Prestige 20 that doesn't know a damn thing. Take your time. Don't let people rush you. You'll be fine. I promise. All right. Needs sounds, but Ghosty with the mosty is just being a jerkhole. Just being a jerkhole. Can you get audio of the giggling from the ghost playing with the stuffed animals? Yeah, I think so. I can only assume so. I don't know where Ghosty is moving to. Oh yeah, and don't buy your levels. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's true. Next tip. If you see somebody in a multiplayer lobby selling levels, just report them. Call them a douchebag and then leave. Yeah. But make sure to get a screen grab of the lobby first. Onyx, have a good night. Thank you. Thank you all for the follows, by the way. I see my breath. I don't know where it is. Maybe it's just walking back and forth here. Bro, can you use tarot? I don't want to right now. Thanks, though. Bruh. How do you even sell levels? By hacking, cheating and hacking the game. I say hacking loosely. They don't hack the game. They use cheats that they bought from somebody else. Yeah, it's pretty sad. Bye, Matthew. Let's get this just in case it decides to make a noise. Can you believe it, bro? Right, bruh? Any day now. My ghost is now gone. This was fun. I had a blast. Just got the game. Used to make scary games suck this night. No lights on. Oh, terrified. Real cool, dude. I don't know where it is. Imagine having to do that to say you're good. I will never understand why someone feels the need to do that. Pretty sad. IRB, hello. Please use tarot. It's almost like I just told you no, but I can say it again if it didn't help, though. Not right now, thank you. Let's see if that goes through. We'll try that one. If it goes for a third time, I might use like different words and see what happens. It's like talking to the ghost, but it's somebody in YouTube chat. Okay, I have breath here, but Ghosty is not walking here. Cheating fast kills the fun. It does. Ooh. Hi. There we go. There's one. I think it's just hanging out over here now. Your Prestige Master. That's cool. How was Peak? It was so fun. Dude, we had such a blast. All right, so you're... I'm just waiting. I just need 3 sounds. You don't know what backseating a game is like? Or you don't know what that means? Can you explain? Yeah, sure. It's when you're telling someone to do things in the game all the time. Is the ghost napping? No, I think... I'm not going to get that, am I? There's no shot. Oh, damn it. I tried real hard. I tried real hard, like...
I'm thinking of getting it. Oh, if you're talking about Peak, oh man, it's great. I can't wait to play it again. All right, I don't want to drop my smudge. I'm trying to think what I want to even try to get audio of. I guess I can go get another firelight. Yeah, Ghosty seems to be hanging over there now. Oh, it's so much fun. Let's take this and actually put this over here. EMF sound. Yeah, I could for sure. Absolutely could. There we go. Exploits are not endorsed. Oh, did somebody say about exploiting the game? If they are, that's super sus to go into a Kinetic Partner stream and talk about exploits. Oh, God, I don't know what I did with it. Where's the other cruise? Oh, there it is. Hey, yo. I dropped it in the goo. Oh, they did. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's sus. Don't do that. What is the evidence for the ghosty? Well, right now we have EMF and freezing. I don't know which one of these ghosties it is, actually. We're not sure. But I'm going to go back to the truck and get another firelight so we can get a nice audio out of it. And then because I have EMF 5, we could do that recording. Hopefully. Maybe. Possibly. It's like telling a cop that you might have. Well, yeah, it's like telling a cop, hey, by the way, I stole from that place. Okay, cool. That's groovy, man. Awesome. All right. I still don't want you to hunt right now, though. So I'm going to do one of those. Yeah, babe, I can. I can indeed. Jelly, thank you for the follow. Hello. Can cards be recorded? But I don't think so. No. Definitely not to my knowledge. It's worth the pursuit. If you want to challenge yourself, I'd say yes. If you really want to challenge yourself, I would say yes, it's worth it. Come on. Blow it out. Come on. You vote for Jen. I don't know what it is right now. No. Shit. Damn it. I had it. I had to go for it, though. I had to go for it. Try it again. Why is the ghost being so stingy? It's just, no. Can it be a shade? Well, technically it could, but if it's blowing out a firelight with me in the room with it, then no. There's not a lot to interact with here. So, like, if I'm sitting here like this and the ghost blows the firelight out, I think, I don't know where the room boundary ends for that room. I don't remember. Confused on what prestiging even is. There we go. Still no breaker trip? No. All right, there's a fire extinguish. I don't have the EMF over here. F's. There it is. Give me. Bitch. Here. I bring things. I bring things out there for you to play with. Here. Play. I know the light's on, and you're not going to throw that, but you could walk in there and throw it from there. All right. I'm going to go over here, get the flashlight, and turn the light out, so hopefully it'll throw things. And then we can get EMF 5 sound. It's a tough ghost room. Yeah, it is. I could always do this. But I don't even know if that actually retains my... I don't think that retains my sanity. Oh, they look like eyeballs. Oh, that was weird as shit. Look, you see over there? It's not. It's the string lights, but I was sitting like this. Time you out for telling me you got time. Well, it sounds like you're learning your lesson, so that's great. So the third time should work. Sounds like it's going great. How's the family? The family's doing great. Thank you for asking. You know, we do what we can. Holy shit. EMF 5, please. Don't kill me, please. They can't hear you anymore. You know, we try. I already have the firelight. I mean, the fire extinguisher. I don't need that. Did we already do the goal? Yeah, I already did the wheel spin. Yeah, that already happened. Yeah. Hey, CD. Now it's not going to give me an EMF 5. It's being stingy. Kids. I have 3 kids. I have Shri kiddos. I'm not going to get that. No way. I've tried. What are you doing, you little creep? No shot in hell. No shot. Yeah. Why'd you make 2 spares? Why did I make 2 what? 2 spares? Why did I make 2 spares? That's a very randomly broad question. I'm very confused. Oh, spare kids. Oh, because they're really fun. I didn't know we were still in the kid conversation. Sorry. My bad. Totally worth. Totally worth. Oh, ads are about to play. If you lose, back up. A 4 and a 6. Oh, that's cool. Come on. Just do a 5er. Gosh dang it. This ghost is so annoying. I'm just losing sanity. IRL in the game. Come on, dude. Come on. Hi, Harsh. I'd rather not use your name. No, thank you. I appreciate it, though. No, I like mine. Netflix. Oh, my God. Hi, blood sample. All right, we're walking outside. Yeah, we'll walk outside. Gosh dang it, ghost. You annoying prick. Netflix adaptation. My God. Oh, spare part. Oh, that's the other name you're going to do. Oh, okay. Now I understand. Green, welcome in. How are you? You get confused a lot. That's okay. We all do. Don't worry about it. Don't stress it. All right. Ads are playing. They're not on for much longer, but we are going to wait. This ghost is just awful. I'll bring in another firelight, I guess. Welcome back, Silent. It's not the same for everybody. So you might have a minute, a couple seconds, but other people might have the full 3. So that's why I wait. The ghost options are it's Jin, Shade, Oni, or Twins. Like, there's not a lot for it to do out there, but it was blowing the firelight out with me in that room. So I don't know. Hard to say. Hey, Canadian. Headed to bed, Courtney. Have a good night, friend. I don't know what it is yet. I wanted to get all of the media stuff before I made it hunt. And then we could try. Yeah. I have not had a ghost ball event. Not that I'm aware of. I don't think so. Loli, welcome in. Just like a kid, they get quit when they're up to something. Yeah. Stupid kid ghost. All right, 25 seconds and then we're back at it. It might be an Oni. Yeah, we'll watch it hunt. Because I need to repel anyway and then the crucifix. So I'm going to draw the tarot cards and hope that we get something decent. We're going to hope. When the ad breaks so the shock doesn't disturb your game, I'm going to bed. Oh my God. Kill. Well, I don't believe you. You say that you are, but I don't believe that you actually are. You can say what you want. I don't think you're going to sleep for a while. What's the best map for beginners? Oh, Tanglewood. Tanglewood is definitely going to be the way to go for beginners. And then Willow's a really another really good one if you're looking for a smaller map that's really good to play. Yeah. All right. I waited. I ran back to the truck to go get another firelights, but Ghosty still needs to give me one more sound. An EMF or something or whatever. I don't care. Anything. It hasn't turned off the breaker. It hasn't done a mist ball event. Many things are still possible, so we'll see what happens. Lemon, thank you for the prime. Oh, wait. I'm going to go get more matches. This is, yeah, that's low. In the beginning. Tanglewood's your favorite. Tanglewood's a good map. I like Tanglewood a lot. All other times it's killed you. Oh, let's go. Hell yeah, Mr. Frody. Need me to DM you a photo of me all, all burritoed up? If you could, please. If you wouldn't mind. Ghosty is still right here, walking around. Got it. Not an Oni. It farted on us. We got our sound. Run away. Run away. Wow. That was the first mist ball that I've had from this ghost. Wow. Okay. Well, let's do a thing. Jinn, maybe. It hasn't cut the power yet, so a Jinn is very high up on the list for sure. I'm gonna grab this guy. I have a smudge, or maybe I throw it at the door. If I pull an event, I mean, I guess I could just do that right here. Or over there. Onis don't have mist. No, the Oni, so the mist ball that happens, the little mist ball, the Oni can't do that. It is an event that the ghost cannot do. I'm going to go get the other smudges. We're going to set up shop right there. I'm going to go get the tarot cards and we're going to pull them. A hunt should tell us for sure. Yeah. The Jinn will sprint. Shade will be normal. Twins will be different speed. Give me all the smudges. It can do the sound during an event. That's different. Wait, do what sound during an event? Smudge, smudge, smudge. Don't get hangman. Roger that. I'm going to take one of these with me while we go get the tarot cards, just in case. Oh, the breath sound. Yeah. Now you can record the audio of it. You can record video of it. You can take a photo of it. So now it finally gives that stupid ghost ball some purpose. The bathroom's open. Jinn, not possible. Do tell why. Sorry, yeah, Matthew, that's why I'm asking. Can you record it if it isn't visible? Can you record it if it isn't visible? Oh, the audio? Yeah, I mean, technically, if you don't see it, but the ghost ball hits you, you can still get the audio from it. Like if you miss it, yeah. Because it's not touch breaker. So you think that the ghost can't be a djinn because it's left the breaker alone. Am I hearing that correctly? Yeah. You do know that the djinn is the only ghost that can't turn off the breaker, right? It's just when someone is so confident. I think that's the thing. It's like when there's a little bit of like, could it be this? Is that possible? Is that a thing? But when it's just like, nope, can't be that. Move on. That's next. And it's just very wrong. That's when I pause and I stop. I think so. I'm new. You don't say. I never would have guessed. Phasma has an unofficial cheat sheet. Oh, yes. Zero's website. Zero's website's amazing. I love it so much. If you do ! cheat sheet, you can actually see the website. It has so much good information. So good. I don't think it's a shade either. I don't know the exact room boundary of that bathroom going around, but I think it blew out a firelight with me in the room. I think so. So we're going to do this. Hopefully the ghost just hunts from over there. We can listen, figure out what it is. We have the smudgies on us. We're ready to rock. Yeah. Put one in there. Leave one out here. Game on. Is this for the non-animated? Yes. Yeah, that's correct, Cop. Yep. This is for the non-animated. Or it's hunting now. Can a djinn turn on the breaker? Yeah, it just can't turn it off. So, hold please. So the djinn can't turn off the breaker and the Hantu can't turn it on. So if you ever have a time where the ghost should not, like if the power doesn't start on and then all of a sudden the power comes on, you know it's not a Hantu. They can't do that. Well, it's not twins. It's going the other direction. I need it to come this way. Negative. Love the vids. I appreciate it, Mr. Cheese. Thank you, dude. Well, we know we're within hunting range, so I don't really need it to pull cards. I don't need to pull cards anymore. I can't see. There it is. There it is. I may have missed everything. No, you're fine. It was a holiday, man. All is well. All is well. Don't worry about it. Watched fireworks today. We saw a little bit of stuff outside, and then I've been down here for the rest of the stream, so I didn't see much else. My wife, the kiddos, they might have seen more fireworks for sure. The table strat's still viable on that map. Are you talking about over here? Or over there? Fury. Can djinn turn the light off? The light switches? Yeah. The djinn can turn on and off the light switch like every other ghost. Except the mayor, obviously. In the front office. Oh, over there. Oh, like hiding behind the table? I think so. Yeah, I think so. Are you going to hunt, dude? Hello? In the front area by the gate. Yeah. Is Josie doing good? Yeah, fireworks don't bother her at all. Yeah, they don't bother her at all. There we go. We listen. seems like a djinn to me. Prestige level. I did prestige, so I mean, I'm not really like I'm not doing super high multiplier games or anything like that, but we are just getting some levels in for sure. So that ghost sprinted at us. It hasn't kicked the power a single time. That's pretty obvious it's a twin. I mean, it's a twin. It's pretty obvious it's a djinn. Sorry, confused my words. There we go. Open says me. Yeah, sure, I am. Mm-hmm. The tents are hiding spots? Yeah. Yeah, the small tents, if it is open, then yeah. And you can't see them here, but yeah. So, we knew it wasn't a shade because it was blowing out firelights right next to us. And the ghost we knew was out near me because of the motion sensor. Speed was normal. Ghost farted on us. That's a djinn. And we have all of our media. I found the bone earlier up front. Let's go. Rock on. Oh, shrink to kid size if it's small tents. Yeah, I know. Seriously.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
It was a pain in the arse to get it to do some audio stuff, and sometimes the ghost is just going to do that. But if you're willing to stick with it, you get paid for it. So there we go. Or as my wife called it, Jim. Yes. And we will forever want a djinn and the gym named Jim. Once I get that combination in high school, I can uninstall the game and we'd be fine. How much time will you stream more? How much time I stream more? Probably not much more. When are you going to do a 12-hour stream? Oh, no. 12. You mean, when am I going to do the 24-hour stream? Not 12. 24. Thank you, Tool. Appreciate it. Hendrix, welcome in. Red Fierce, hello. Yeah, we're not doing a 12-hour. Oh, we're doing a 24. I don't have a day picked out yet. I need to figure it out with the misses. But yeah. Has anything about the URA changed after the update? No. Unfortunately, no. The ghosts have this really cool door slam now, but the URA didn't get any upgrade. So the URA's ability where it slams the door is actually weaker than what all the other ghosts do. Yeah. How much caffeine does a 24-hour stream take? I don't know, man. I've cut back on a lot of caffeine. I drink, on occasion, I'll have like Coke Zero, maybe sometimes, and I'll have coffee in the morning. But besides that, like if I'm drinking soda, it'll be Sprite Zero. I've cut back on a lot. So, yeah. Are you not the pro player? No, that's not me. I don't think anybody's the pro player. Hi, Elgato. How are you? Caffeine pills? No, I'm not taking caffeine pills. No way. No shot. Coffee. That's a name. Thanks for the follow, dude. All right. You know, it's midnight for me. I have kids that wake up extraordinarily early. And now that my other kiddo is home from camp after 2 weeks, we'll be doing stuff with him tomorrow, going to the pool, hanging out, doing all the things and the stuff. That'll probably be the time. But we're going to end it here. And then I'm going to stream again, guys, on Sunday. Sunday, I will be back. And then, like I said, I will find out when I'm doing 24. So let's go find somewhere to raid. YouTube, thank you for hanging out, friends. We are going to go. I appreciate yous. But yeah, stick around. We'll go find somewhere to go. Thank you, guys. If you're not in my Discord, there it is in the chat. So is the rest of the socials. If you did have a chance to celebrate the 4th and you got to see fireworks or whatever, maybe have a good dinner with fam, whatever. I hope you guys had a blast. Caught the tail. Yeah, it's almost midnight. Well, it literally is midnight for me now. I don't need suggestions, Lava. No, I always look myself. Thank you, Break. Break, thank you again. Not only for raid, but thank you for hanging out. As always, friend. We need to play Peak. We need to play Peak. I don't know when. I don't know how. I don't know where. But I want to play it again. Thank you, Phoenix. Thank you guys. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mods. Thank you, Mr. Song. Thank you, Matthew. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, 24 hours is going to be a blast. It's going to be fun. I just have to find the day. The second that I know when that day is going to be, I will let you guys know ASAP. I swears. I promise. I swears. Thank you, Killer Fox. 6 foot. Hi, homie. Thank you, guys. What difficulty was I playing? It was Nightmare. Yeah, you get 2 pieces of evidence. Okie dokie. Let us see. Let me look. I always like to give my list a gander to see who's live so that way we can go say hi. Should they add a harder mode with 0 evidence? I would like it if they added a no evidence mode that was just standard and then you could just pick it. I would like that. I would like that a lot. I've suggested it, and I think the feedback that I got from the dev team, or at least from some of them, was that it would be too much for some players, which I don't understand that argument when you could just not do it. It's like Insanity. Insanity is and Nightmare are way harder than Professional. But there's so many people that do no evidence runs now, or they try to. I would love to have no evidence as a default mode. I don't love no evidence personally, but wouldn't care if they, right. Because you wouldn't have to do it. Right now you have Nightmare that's a ×4 difficult. I mean, ×4. Insanity's ×5. Right? Wait, is Insanity ×5 or ×6? I should rate myself? Oh, okay. ×6. That's right. So just make no evidence times what, like ×7, ×8, depending on what they set it to, whether they give you the screens or they don't give you the screens. They probably would. I imagine they would probably pull the sanity and activity monitor if they were to make a default no evidence one, which is fine by me. When I do my no evidence runs, I do Nightmare preset and then I remove the evidence. All the time. All the time. All right. Let us see. Hey, Racing. How are you? They play Phaz and they're funny. That's cool. No, I'm not going to raid them. No, your first message in somebody's chat should not be, hey, go raid that person. No, that makes that other person look bad. Don't do that. I played with FlashForce 4000. You did, technically. Yes, you did. To be fair, yes, you did. Chingus, I was just saying to Break that I want to play Peak again. We need to play, man. I think we would have an absolute blast. Let's do it. Yeah, we just need to pick a day, man. We just need to pick a day. It is peak entertainment. Uguk, uguk, uguk. All right, let us see. Sorry, I was peeking around at other stuff. I do apologize. My B. Okay, there we go. Trying to play right now, not doing well. Oh, you're doing runs as we speak. Oh, God. Oh, God. When are we going to play with Ducks? I don't know. We just have to find a day. Ducks and I just have to find a day. Tell you what, we're going to raid a teammate. That's what we're going to do. All right. Friends, here's some raid messages. If you're a follower, that's for you. If you're a sub, that's for you. Little creepy tier 3, that's for you. Is Peak something you might play during the 24-hour? Absolutely. Yes. Yes, 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 and a yes, yes sauce. Yeah. 24 hours, that's a ton of time for us to play a bunch of different stuff. Peak, possibly some Lethal, maybe a little bit of Repo, bunch of Phaz, obviously. Yeah, lots of opportunity for sure. For sure. Thank you guys so much for a great stream. I feel like I have hair on me. What the hell? Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for all the love. I appreciate the follows and the subs and the bits and the raids and the follows and the stuff and the things, the stuff. I appreciate it so much, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Like I said, we have our 24-hour stream coming up soon. I don't know what day exactly that's going to happen. I will find out for you as soon as I can. And then when I do, I'll put it in the Discord so you guys can see it too. And then, yeah, we'll do viewer games in the middle of that for sure. Yeah, Blaze, welcome in. Hi. And then for this monthly, it is the same where we have a viewer day if we reach the goal. And then I have an idea for the extended goal too. So we will announce that if that day does come. But much love, friends. Thank you all. We are going to go say hi to our amazingly talented, fantastic, bootyful teammate, Miss Dahlia. Miss Dahlia. She is playing Jackbox, or she was playing Jackbox. I don't know how much longer she's streaming, but we're going in. But thank you guys again. I appreciate the love always, friends. I will be live again on Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. If I don't know what time that might be for you, but you can always do a double check to see what time that is for you. I could close the tab now. But thank you guys. Yes, Dolly is amazing. She's one of our Midnight Society teammates. She's one of my homies that I've gotten to meet IRL a few times, which has been great. I'll definitely get to see her again because I'm trying to go to TwitchCon, and I'm sure that she's gonna go. 14 days of stream to catch up. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Blood Table. The 24-hour will basically have everything in it at once, so you'll be fine. But friends, I appreciate you all. I love you all. We will see you later. Goodbye.